If love and gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not right.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Stills in the sauce with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof I'm alive by the motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever do. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's like fly. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Welcome on in, everybody. Happy hump day out there. Tobin and Leroy here with you.
2 more days, baby. 2 more days, and then South Florida football begins. I don't care who it is. I want to see the boys in action.
Action, dude.
And I got this stupid bye week before the season starts.
This is
It's
Michigan.
like going to the club, getting all excited, come home with your wife and fall asleep.
Michigan
That's
has a
what
bye
this
week?
is.
Guilty.
Huh?
Michigan
Michigan plays
has a
this
bye?
week.
Oh, then who has the bye week?
The
Who you talking about?
Dolphins.
Oh, all right. I got you.
Yeah. So I'm a little like.
You know, it was funny on the way in today. I was seeing Gabby from the beach, and she was like, I was riding my bike yesterday. Does Leroy know somebody called Desmond Howard? I was like, yeah, I think he's familiar. I guess he was bike riding with some Michigan stuff on. She goes, yeah, I saw this guy in Michigan. His name was Desmond. Does he know what Desmond Howard? I was like, you're adorable. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal. Yes, he knows. He's aware. He's cross
aware.
paths. He's
So
cross
is
paths.
so is everybody else in South Florida.
Yeah, he's cross paths with him.
Except you. There might be more people. There might be less people who don't know who Desmond Howard is.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he's only just been on our televisions every Saturday for like the last, I don't know how many years. But yeah.
Gotta be 15, 20 years.
Yeah. Oh, a long time now, dude. Long time.
Even in my generation, if you didn't watch him play, he was on the cover of one of the most pivotal NCAA football games.
Yeah.
I'm like, who's that guy striking the Heisman pose?
He'd be pretty hard not to know who Desmond Howard is. But you know what? That just shows, sometimes it just shows how small our world is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just
well,
shows
no,
how
because
small
we can venture down the hall and somebody will come in and they'll say, who's that?
Right.
But if somebody goes there, we'll know who that is.
Yep, for sure.
Right.
For sure.
Because I remember when Tamron Hall came in and I knew who it was right away.
Didn't she just play Stephen A. Smith's family in the Family Feud?
Yeah. Oh my God. Stephen A. is terrible. I
heard he was terrible.
Huh?
I heard they were terrible.
They were terrible.
Man.
I'm like, holy smoke, Stephen A. You better hope that don't come back to ESPN.
Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
The
Hey, real quick. The worst of it is past us as far as the storm. Right?
Oh,
it's just gonna be a little breezy, passing showers, but we got a band, and it felt like the damn hurricane hit us.
Dude,
was
I don't know what
brutal.
that happened in my neighborhood too. I was like, what the hell just happened? It was like
It lasted for like 40 minutes.
It broke off like 3 branches.
Yeah,
It was
my
I was
goodness.
like, what the hell is going on?
And you know what sucks? I'm gonna tell you what sucks. Now that you have a pool, go look at your pool.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it looks like it just picked up everything.
Yeah. It was weird. There was this weird ass frog yesterday under a palm tree. I didn't know if it was poisonous or not. I'm not making a joke about you.
Did you say Marcos? Go home!
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Yeah, no, but obviously we're praying for everybody up in the Panhandle. That looks like I don't understand that. Like the storm was just gonna be like a little storm, and then they're like Cat 4. I'm like,
Really?
Yeah.
Cat 4, dude. Yeah, it's
here's
bad.
Here's the thing that you have to understand. It's been so hot. The water is so hot. So
Yeah,
I'm guessing that any storm that spends a substantial amount of time, and the Gulf is even warmer.
Yeah,
if you spend any amount of time, if a storm spends any amount of time over the Gulf, it's gonna build because of the heat.
Yeah, no, you're spot on with that, man. And it was like, I just was watching the news yesterday. They're like, oh yeah, category 1, it's gonna hit. And then like I looked at Cat 4. What the hell happened?
Right. Everybody from New Orleans is calling me, and I'm like, that storm's closer to you than it is to me.
It is, yeah. No.
Right. And I said, and the worst part is here's what sucks about living in South Florida. Where the hell you gonna go? It takes 8 hours to get out of Florida.
Robbie wants to know where's Cantori. Oh, he's up there. You know that, Robbie.
Oh, he's up there. That's when you. Well,
wait. Marcos at one point during the break. You don't have to do it right now, but during the break, let's fire up a little Cantori series.
Here's the problem, though. Does he go for category 1s? Because nobody knew it was going to be a 4.
I think he goes for anything because it's kind of been a slow, so it's kind of like
preseason football.
We'll go visit every camp, and so I think let's. But that's the thing that's scary about it, dude. Is like this wasn't supposed to be something, and holy crap, it looks like something big.
Well, isn't that what happened with Katrina? Because keep in mind, Katrina crossed Florida.
Yeah.
And then went into the Gulf. And then I think it hit New Orleans as what, a Cat 2?
Oh, I think it was bigger than that, dude.
It was also slow. Those slow hurricanes that just stay there for a long time.
Remember a few years ago, we had one that just kept bouncing off the coast? Just sitting there, bouncing off the coast?
There was one within the last 4 years that I was kind of like, I don't know about this one. But we've been blessed, man. Every time I look at this hurricane map, it always just seems like it just misses us. I'm looking at the radar now.
Yeah, we're like in the pocket, like Keith Thurman.
Keep your hands up, champ. Keep your hands up, champ.
We're trying to slip punches from this hurricane, and it's like it's
I think it's worse for us because, like, again, there's nowhere to go. You want to try to get all these people, the way you gonna go North Florida? There's no guarantee it's gonna miss North Florida.
Yep, I remember that happened to Amber. Amber was, I don't remember which one it was. It Wilma she was trying to get? I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it happened to me because remember I was gonna go over to the West Coast.
Yeah.
And then they go, never mind, it's coming over here.
Scary, man. So, but I think the thing that's crazy is, normally it feels like we get it with these hurricanes, like a lot of buildup and angst, and you got like, it's a week to prepare. You got some days. This one was just like, boom, boom, it's there. I'm like,
yeah.
Jesus.
Well, that's because it came from the other side. Usually when it comes from Africa, you get the buildup. When it comes across the Atlantic, you get the buildup.
So, yeah, just hoping everybody is safe with that. That weather update, by the way, brought to you by the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com.
Still breezy, by the way.
Call up at 866-954-MORE. But as I was getting into in the sports realm of things, the Binks!
Yeah!
Back on the pitch tonight.
Ooh, against their nemesis.
We got the word yesterday from my guy, Tata. Tata's letting you know Messi's starting, baby. He is back in the starting lineup.
Oh, he got it.
He is back in the starting lineup today. So we are excited about that. Giannis, tread lightly, dude.
Yeah.
You better tread
lightly. You're not allowed
lightly.
unless Jimmy Butler invites you.
Yeah, well, Jimmy Butler's in New York, so you're not allowed.
You're not allowed,
Giannis.
Hey, so question. I know how it affects football, but how does it affect football, the wind? Like, is it, you know what I mean? I'm just curious.
I'm pretty sure, like, I'm no Ray Hudson, but I gotta say, like, I think that I gotta think that Messi owns the wind.
That's right.
I'm pretty sure he can dictate the wind. He knows all of that stuff.
Well, when a lot of the passes are on the ground, you know what I mean?
If Aaron Rodgers can go out there and he can figure, oh, look, grass, I invented that. I'm pretty sure Messi's got it handled. I'm pretty sure Messi's got it handled, dude.
So, is it only Apple TV?
I mean, I don't know if it's on. I mean, in English, it's on Apple TV. Yes, and you
Or
can listen. By the way,
Brands
WQAM tonight. You can listen
Do
to
we
the
got
game.
Witty?
I don't know. I don't know. Text him.
I'll text him.
See if he's on the call tonight. I don't know.
Okay.
Where in the world is Witty? And yeah, so you can listen to that game 7:30 tonight. You can listen to the Pinks as they get back at it. Nashville looking for a little vengeance, of course. They ain't gonna get it because this is gonna be the most improbable climb to the playoffs you've ever seen.
Bro, I'm I'm looking at it like, is this actually possible? Are we actually about to do the impossible right now?
Anything's possible when you have Lionel Messi. Anything's possible.
Look,
dude.
we had two teams go from barely making the playoffs to the championship. Seems like we got another one following that, trending in that direction.
Silly Sauce says, has Jimmy not gone to see Messi yet? Is he like the biggest soccer fan? Well, right now he's like into tennis. So he's like at the US Open, like for every game, for every match. And he was playing basketball with Jay Balvin yesterday.
Yeah. Very strange.
Yep.
Busy guy, man.
Busy guy.
No
dude.
one enjoys their summer like Jimmy Butler.
He lives it up. He lives it up. You gotta live it up if you're Jimmy Butler. And he certainly he does famous well. Like that's what we can say with Jimmy. He does fame well. He's not he does like if you were famous, but you were famous for one thing, but he takes the outskirts of fame of like being a basketball player, goes, how can I use this to do like the most fun stuff that I enjoy? That's Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's being a ball boy at the US Open.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's going to the Colombian rainforest to get the best beans. Sometimes it's making a country music album. He's the most interesting man in basketball.
And is he like filming a documentary? I want to see all of these escapades he goes on during the summer.
I don't know.
That'd be a lot of views.
I don't know.
Just from me.
We'll take a quick break. Lots to get to here. A ton of Dolphin news. Also, right now in the Philippines. If you thought Manny Pacquiao was the greatest athlete to ever step foot in the Philippines, you're sadly mistaken because they're not just learning about the sensation that is Nikola Jović.
Wow.
We got lots to get to here on the show. Back after this.
WQA.
All right, welcome back. Yes, everybody, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy here with you, taking you up until 2 here on the program. Hey, we got your chance to win a photo op and an autograph from Panthers star Matthew on Saturday, September 10th. I'll give the squeaky chairs back.
Wow.
Leroy, you don't understand, dude. Your chair, you sound like you're on a rickety boat.
You gotta oil that chair.
It's insane. Would you go, Marcos? Would you go haunted house or would you go rickety boat?
I think haunted house, because I imagine I hear upstairs and I'm like, what is that?
It's rickety. I'm telling you, dude.
I don't know what to do.
You gotta run it back for Leroy so he understands how loud he can't hear himself.
Right.
We gotta make him understand, Marcos, that creak. It was insane. Anyway, if you want a picture and an autograph from Matthew Tkachuk, text the word autograph. That's autograph to 20357, and you could go get an autograph and a photo op with him on Sunday, September 10th at Hollywood Collectibles on Sterling Road in Dania. Again, if you want to enter the contest, text autograph to 20357, and your name is in the rank. If you don't win, you can still go to the event. More info is available at hollywoodcollectibles.com. It's a text contest, and message and data rates may apply. The Dolphins yesterday, they set their 53-man roster. Let's say most notable names that were out on the outs. Robbie Chosen did not make the team.
Damn.
We kind of saw that coming.
Myles Gaskin happened during our show. He landed with the Vikings this morning.
Yeah, that was a quick turnaround.
Back with Flores.
Well, they don't have Dalvin Cook.
Oh, I didn't know Flores was in Minnesota.
He's the defensive coordinator.
Wow.
Yeah, he's the Vikings defensive coordinator. He's got a lot of work to do.
Step in the right direction, right? Wasn't he like an assistant defensive coordinator in Pittsburgh or something like that?
He was, I don't remember.
Wide receiver. No, he was DB's coach.
Gotcha.
Yeah, something like that. He had Tomlin just basically gave him a gig last year because everybody was, obviously.
He's not a bad coach, dude.
He's really not a bad coach. He's not a bad coach. Not a patient guy, but he's not a bad coach.
Right.
Not a bad coach. So he is, he's defensive coordinator with the Vikings, and Myles Gaskin reunited with him. Chris Greer is going to address the media today. Undrafted guys who made the team: Chris Brooks, the running back from BYU, Julian Hill, the tight end, Brandon Peely, the defensive tackle. So it's all set, baby. It's all set.
It's all set. Then we'll get the signings. You're going to see a lot of new faces when they start signing guys to the practice squad.
Yeah, and I think guys will clear.
And don't be surprised if a couple of these 53-man guys end up going to the practice squad, because when you sign somebody off of somebody else's practice squad, you have to put them on the active roster.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be a couple of moves where guys get moved back and forth between the practice squad and the regular roster.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what else was kind of his note after we got off the air yesterday. Trill Williams, I think, happened right as we got off the air. That's about it. Everybody else is not a huge surprise as far as it was.
And what sucks is that you also have to understand.
Oh, Tanner Connor got let go. That was, I think, probably maybe because he was the big undrafted flash guy last year. He just came off PUP and basically had a week of camp, and they cut his ass.
Well, that's it. As soon as you get on film, you know what I mean? So, and what sucks about that is this. You fighting like hell to get back. You may not be 100%, but as soon as you get on film, they could cut you.
Yep.
And that's an unfortunate thing, because you're thinking big picture, and they're thinking, let's just get his ass on film so we can get him out of here, and you don't know that.
The big, I would say probably the Dolphins, the biggest story that happened after we got off the air yesterday was Noah getting traded. Noah Igbinoghene got traded to Dallas. And I was telling Marcos, I said, what's going to be funny about this is Noah getting traded to Dallas is now a national story because he got traded to Dallas, and the national media will talk about anything Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
And you're going to have all these people faking oh, Noah Igbinoghene, former first-round pick. What's not to like when we could all, if they listen to us for 2 seconds and say the guy sucks.
Still really young, though.
Leroy, come on, dude. Yeah, he's really young. And what have you always told me? Sometimes a more experienced bad player is just a more experienced bad player.
Correct.
That's
Correct.
it.
I always wondered this, right? I was very fortunate in my career that for the most part, I could be the same player everywhere I went, right? That from high school to college to Cleveland to Carolina to Minnesota, I could always just go out and be the player that I'd always been. I never had to be a different player. I don't know that's whether I was good enough or I just got fortunate that I was always in a system that allowed me to run, do the things that I did at every stop. Some guys, and it's hard to explain, but some guys don't do well in certain systems. And then they get to a system. What happens if you get to a system where they do mostly zone and he's good at that?
Well, I think the thing that happens with this one, and Mike McDaniel said, like, they weren't planning on trading him. They got approached by Dallas about it.
Right.
So do with that what
So
you
we
will.
took their garbage.
Pretty much, yeah. We swapped disappointing defensive backs. We got
but here's the kicker. Wait. Here's what you guys are failing to realize. How much money was saved?
I think a little bit.
Yeah, like 3-4 million.
Yeah, I think a little bit.
All those little 3-4 millions add up.
Yeah, they made some money work. Now there was no trade yesterday. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, he's sticking in Indy because Irsay. You know, that's all you could say.
That's it. But you knew that from the get-go.
Yeah,
but you know what I am? Here's what I would say. Here's what I'm starting to look at with Chris Grier. Chris Grier is a procurer of talent. And so whenever there's talent available, he will try to procure that, right? If it doesn't fit, if the price isn't right, he's got enough poise to say, we'll pass. And so you see all these different situations with running backs or players that were available that he kicked the tires on. And if it didn't work out, he wasn't giving up a haul or going outside of his comfort zone to get it. And from that standpoint, he's doing a good job of that. Like, it has to be affordable and cost efficient and work out for the Dolphins as much as it does the other team. And if it doesn't, he's got enough to say, no, thank you, we'll pass. We don't need him that bad.
Game Boy 305 says the only system Noah will excel at is PS5. Well, you did, like, listen, the one thing I'd say with the system thing is, look, if Vic Fangio thought that he was not expendable, I don't think Vic Fangio would tell him to trade Noah Igbinoghene. I think he got to look at him and he was like, nothing special.
Right. But I'm just saying, I don't know how that will work because that happened. Who's the kid that quit at halftime that went to Indy?
Vontae Davis.
Vontae Davis.
Yeah.
You know, like he played some good football.
Vontae Davis was good on the Dolphins, though.
Yeah.
Vontae Davis was just had some maturity issues, but he wasn't a bad Dolphin.
Right. But so from that standpoint, I've seen trades like this work out for the better, and I've seen them work out for the worse. Think about this. The Philadelphia Eagles traded Chris Carter. Right? And so, like, yeah, we thought he was bad, but we don't really know why. Is it because he couldn't get the system? Is it because his technique was bad? Is it because he's just a bad player? Right? These are all things that, you know, you go somewhere else and the circumstances are different. You're viewed a little different. You get a more positive attitude, kind of like with Tua and Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, you don't have the pressure anymore of being the first round pick that didn't work out. I mean, that definitely is a thing. Like he doesn't have to walk around and be like, you know, oh, everybody, you know, Christian Wilkins, he's working out, and Jaylen Waddle's working out, and but I'm the first round pick. Tua's working out, but I'm the first round pick where everybody looks at it and be like, bust.
I told you the only problem I had with him was this. I'm having a hard time believing that a first rounder who plays DB, and DBs play a lot of special teams, couldn't even be active to do special teams. Right? That's what's crazy to me. A first rounder that you make inactive Man, that's tough. That's tough right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Like it basically, you're talking about took a lot of injuries on an injured season before him to get out there.
Right. And then everybody it seems like everybody had their fingers crossed when he was out there.
He did win a game. But he did win a game though, dude.
Yeah.
Can't take that away.
So there's some talent.
He did win a game.
So I don't know. I hope it works out. He's young. So if it does work out, he got a long career in front of him.
For sure.
Maybe
if it does work
scenery. But I just like, for me, I can look at it and see him, struggling on the field, but without really knowing why, right? Because a lot of times, look, I'm gonna tell you something. Contrary to popular belief, picking up a system in the NFL is hard.
Really?
It is hard. And it only takes one step the wrong way and you look like a fool on the football field.
Mhm.
So
and the other thing is, like, with Noah, and you mentioned the inactives, like, dude, this is a team now that's had 2 back-to-back camps where they're starting high-paid cornerback has gotten hurt.
And so they're looking at you.
Hey, opportunity is right there for you, buddy.
Right.
And they're like, you know what? We need to go get Eli Apple.
Think about this. If he had worked out like they thought they would they even sign Jalen Ramsey?
Right. Oh, for sure.
Right. He's a first rounder. Right. So you can't say, here's what I would say to this. I do hope it works out. I think sometimes change the scenery helps. But I would say this. You can't say he didn't get a chance.
Agreed.
Right.
And we actually have Vic Fangio. This was him after 3 weeks of Noah Igbinoghene in his defense. This is what he had to say.
Jesus Christ.
He was also
So, right.
He was ready to move on.
He had 3 regimes. Like, are we counting?
Not really. I mean, Boyer was there the whole time.
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
But
no, he had
a hand in it, but
well, no. So his rookie year, he had Flo, right?
Flo was here, and a lot of the buzz is that this was a Flores pick. Like, Flores really
Okay.
liked Noah coming out of college, but obviously didn't like him that much to put him on the field.
Right.
But Josh Boyer was Flores' defensive coordinator. He was a holdover. Like, they held him over last year. So he's had 2 different head coaches and 2 different defensive coordinators, but he didn't make it out of a camp with Vic. He didn't,
Now I will say this. Just look at it from the offensive standpoint. Them going to, who's the offensive coordinator with Flores? I forgot who the offensive coordinator was.
Chan Gailey.
Chan Gailey, to go from that to go to Mike McDaniel. You got it. It takes a minute.
Yeah, you mean the guy who loves Ryan Fitzpatrick more than anybody? Does 2-0 the offense, not to the level of Fitz. I'm telling you, Colt McCoy, all you got to do, dude, grow a beard. Sky's the limit for you, dude. You got a whole media campaign.
Did he just get cut?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is his next wave in life. Grow a beard, and then everybody
play for all the teams. Yeah, but he's 37, dude.
That's just starting for old Ryan Fitzpatrick. And if it doesn't work out, he'll have every media gig that he wants because he has a beard. Not because he's particularly interesting, just because he's got a funny beard and he wears Hawaiian shirts.
All right.
Not
to the level of
Shane Gailey. One guy who spoke yesterday on his situation was Christian Wilkins. And I got to tell you, dude, if I was in charge of the Dolphins vault, I'd hand him all the dollars. I don't understand this. We'll hear from the Dolphins star defensive lineman next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, you want to get your hair cut by the Canes and Fins barber? We've got your chance to freshen up your look with Steven Rivera, the barber to the athletes. Just go to WQM.com/contest. You can enter for your chance to win that. Before we move on, I want to get to Christian Wilkins here in just a second, and I will get to that. But first, this sound right here, just so you can understand what we're hearing on your chair, Leroy, just so you understand, take a little listen to what this sounds like when you rock back and forth. Hey, we got your chance to win a photo op and an autograph from Panthers star Matthew Tkachuk on Saturday, September 10th. How good the squeaky chair is back.
I'm like, wow.
Leroy, you don't understand, dude. Your chair, you sound like you're on a rickety boat.
You got to oil that chair.
I'm like, who opened the door?
It's been 100 years. And an autograph from Panthers star Matthew Tkachuk on Saturday, September 10th. How good the squeaky chair is back.
I'm like, wow.
Leroy, it doesn't even sound squeaky anymore. It just sounds rickety, like you stole that from a Cracker Barrel old person.
No, listen. Fonz uses this chair too. He has the other chair in his room. So
there's no way that Fonz allows that while he's mixing music. There's no way. There's no way he records music with that.
First of all, he's $150, so he probably doesn't put no stress on the joints of his chair.
That sounds like one of those old bridges, like in the jungle, that you're like very afraid of going.
Yeah, I changed my vote. It's no longer a haunted house. It is a rickety boat, like you said.
Yeah, it's just Saturday, September 10th. How good the squeaky chair is back.
I'm like, wow.
Leroy.
All right, that's it. I'm getting a new chair.
Oh man,
thanks. Oil
this
one. Yeah, a little
WD-40. You got a little WD-40, but it was wow. Yeah, Game Boy. It's so like it's a haunted house. It's Leroy's haunted house. Like if you wanted some sound effects for Halloween when the kids come around, just have that chair there. They're like, oh man. Well, one thing that will haunt me is if the Dolphins don't keep Christian Wilkins around. But I gotta say, seems like that drama's done for the season. Whatever it is, whatever happens, Christian Wilkins made it known yesterday that he's gonna, just focus on football now because he's a pro's pro. But the team will take advantage of that for sure. But this guy speaks yesterday, and I'm not gonna lie, dude. I got the goosies, and I'm almost mad at Chris Greer now because he's like, nobody wants to be a Dolphin more than me. Hey, Frog Boy, play.
At the end of the day, nobody wants to be a Miami Dolphin more than me. No one wants to work for this organization more than me. That's from Valerie at the front desk to the coaches on the coaching staff to Hubert who cleans up the building. Nobody wants to be a part of this organization more than myself. So that's how I feel. That's what it is. That's where I'm at with everything still. Because this is my home. I was drafted here. I love this place, and I put my all on to be the best player, the best leader, the best teammate, the best Miami Dolphin I can be. And, that's not going to change. The organization deserves that. My teammate deserves that. These fans deserve that, everything. So,
I mean,
I told you. You know what that means to from a business perspective? Oh, he'll be here. We don't have to worry about him.
Oh, you think that like he's like Chris Greer's like sucker.
Yeah.
You could shout out Valerie all you want.
Okay, let me give you a perfect example. Did Xavier Howard say any of that?
No. Xavier Howard put up an Instagram post where he's like, I'm out if you guys don't fix this.
And what happened?
Got it fixed.
Right. In camp. You see what I'm saying?
You think Xavier Howard sees him walk back in the locker room and he goes, just shakes his head. He goes, that's not what I told you to do. One Instagram post.
The problem is not that. Sometimes the hardest thing in the world to be is yourself. That's who Christian Wilkins is. Okay? That's what kind of person and a young man he is. And it's hard to be something different just to make a point.
Isn't it crazy that doesn't get rewarded though?
Huh?
Isn't it crazy that that
Then I don't understand why everybody in football doesn't understand this.
It's crazy.
You want a guy to be a company guy. You want a guy to be a leader. You want a guy to be this. Yet, the fact of the matter is, if you're that way, you don't worry about him. If he would have held out and not showed up, there would have been a deal done.
For sure.
Now, that sucks. That
Here's
sucks from the perspective of how you, man, come on.
Here's
more. Take care of your guys.
Here's more. Christian Wilkins says this will not affect his play.
With all that stuff and everything that goes on, you got to be able to compartmentalize. I'm a professional. That's business. You understand that part. So, but at the end of the day, it's not going to change how I am, how I approach the game, how I approach just life. I still get to play football. That's like that. At the end of the day, I want to be the best football player I can be, and and that mindset isn't changing for anything. And so I'm really excited about that more than anything. So always just got to make the most of it. To have the same approach each and every day, and just have fun with this thing while I got it. So,
man, what I mean, like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Listen, when this all started, I've told you that. I've told you that you want players to be company guys, yet you don't take care of your company guys.
Who was that? What was that old fairy tale? Remember back in the day where like a guy fell in love, but he had no game, so he had his buddy sit by the window with him to give him lines to try and impress that lady. Remember that?
Nope, that's a fairy tale.
Yeah, it's like a fairy. Yeah. What was that? You guys know what I'm talking about. It's been mocked many a times where he's like, tell her she's got the most elegant eyes. Do you have the most elegant eyes? We need something like that with Xavier Howard and Christian Wilkins in making a stink.
When he says Cyrano?
Yes.
Cyrano.
Oh, Cyrano. I don't remember if Cyrano was the guy who had no game or if he was the guy feeding the game.
The old fairy tale hitch.
That's right. Kind of like, yeah. But like instead of game, I think Christian Wilkins needs to have Xavier Howard by his side to make a stink.
Cyrano de Bergerac.
Ethan Schmolik says Tobin is Churano.
Quick with this,
dude. It's so, dude.
Witcher.
It's so crazy. But here's the deal, right? From the beginning of this contract dispute, I told you, because Christian Wilkins is a stand-up dude and a company guy, they're going to try to run over him and then claim it's just business. But at some point, here's the deal. Because of the leader he is and the impact he has in the locker room and on the field, other players are going to start looking at him. You see what I'm saying? And say, this is not how to handle a contract dispute. And that means that every person that has a contract dispute from here on, because of the way you treated your leader, is going to say, I got to do it differently. So watch how many guys hold out next year.
He needs to have Xavier Howard next to him by Chris Greer's office. And when Wilkins goes, listen, Chris, no hard feelings. I'm going to play through this. And Xavier's like, no.
Yep.
You say, I can't believe you paid Sieler's ass before me. I'm not going to say that, X. Say it.
Because guess what? Guess what caused the dispute with X? You brought in another guy and paid him more than X.
Yeah, you paid Byron Jones. Bye, Jones.
Right. So there.
Christian's gonna be like, but that's my friend. Doesn't matter. You can still love him. He knows it. Just gonna get you paid. Forget Valerie.
Just wait. Just wait. Wait until next year when you have guys like Waddle and the outside guy, Jason Phillips. Not Jared. Was it Jared? Jared.
What? Jaylen
Phillips.
All else fails. There's like 900 Jaylens on the Dolphins.
Right. So wait till they're up. They're gonna be like, I ain't doing what Christian Wilkins did.
Oh no, Jaylen Waddle's gonna come here. He's gonna waddle.
Wait till the snowman's up.
He's gonna waddle right into Chris Greer's office and take a dump on the desk.
I'm just saying, like you here. If you want players to be patient while you do the financial stuff, right? Then either tell them, either negotiate, but don't do this. Not with this guy. He sets the tone for your team, your organization. This is a guy, a once-in-a-lifetime guy between him and Tua that you want holding the flag for your franchise.
Oh, he's the model for your franchise. Here's one more from him. He said he was asked, a lot of people would have asked for a trade. How come he didn't?
There are others who would have made waves, maybe even asked to leave this team, traded, all that. Why was that not something that you would consider?
Well, yeah, just because, like I said, what I just said, man, no one wants to be a part of this organization more than I do. You know, I love everything about being here, and so that's not even a thought of mine or nothing like that to that point. And you know, I just want to be here at the end of the day. So
no, Christian, no, sucker, no. You say I'll never step foot on the field for this organization again. You don't even have to mean it. If Valerie doesn't want a shout out, she wants a bigger Christmas tip.
Okay.
Hey, listen to your boy X.
You know what? This is for all people in business that work for a company. The company line does not work. It doesn't. And you didn't set, and the employees didn't set the parameters of this. It's these raggedy ass companies that want a company guy but don't take care of the company guy.
How many Dolphin points you think he's gonna get?
Oh, yeah, he'll be able to get a couple of T-shirts.
Get a couple of T-shirts.
Free tickets to F1.
Free tickets to Riptide.
Right?
Okay.
Knowing him though, he'll take that.
Free stuff? Yeah, he does. Christian Wilkins does seem to like free stuff. Adam Schefter said, despite the Dolphins clearing salary cap space today, Christian Wilkins of Miami couldn't agree to terms on an extension. Wilkins' team was not agreeable to the guarantee structure of the contract proposals per source. There were teams that reached out to the Dolphins to try and trade for Wilkins, but Miami was not interested in trading him.
Of course not.
He was not interested in playing elsewhere this season per source. That is Adam Schefter.
Because you know why? Because they need him. They ain't going to get rid of him, no matter how disgruntled he gets. Because they know he ain't going to get disgruntled. But let me tell you something. Chris Grier, I think you're doing a fabulous job. I have not backed down from that, but you're making a mistake with this one. Because how much you think it's going to cost you to get Christian Wilkins if he go out and get 10 sacks?
Oof.
How much do you think it's going to cost you? Oof. So, and here's the deal. That dude has proven he has gotten better and more dominant every year. So if you want to project something, if you want to pay on projections, look at what he's been from his rookie year to now. And you tell me if you're not playing with fire. Even if you're a businessman, you got to look at what this guy has done and say, oh my goodness, if he has 7 or 8 sacks, we're done.
You're done. You're done in this town, Chris. Chris Grier will address the media today, by the way, I believe at 2 o'clock.
You're finished.
Back after this.
Text WQAM on the Kendall Toyota text line.
time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Vailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
To the program, ladies and gentlemen, now. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Taking you up until 2 o'clock here on the show. We got a little rats off a ship coming up later on. We got a mixed bag coming on up. We got lots coming up here on the program. Yeah. See? We are keeping an eye on things in North Florida, so hopefully everybody is doing okay with Hurricane Idalia. I think I said that right.
Very strange. I need to speak to these people who
with the names.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Yeah, man. It's a scary thing. It is
I think it's at Georgia.
It says right now it's in Georgia. Yeah. Now it's a category 1, but crazy, man. Looks like it's bringing a ton of rain, ton of flooding. Storm surge is crazy right now.
Yeah, what's crazy is those category 1s for places that aren't prepared, they'll do some damage.
Oh yeah, dude, they will. Especially the flooding. Like the flooding is crazy. Look at when we just have a thunderstorm around here.
Yeah.
Can't even get around downtown anymore. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, remember remember that rain where all the downtown flooded?
Flooded, dude.
I had to go get fines.
It was crazy. It's a crazy thing. So hopefully we just get through this hurricane season because times are crazy right now with all this stuff right now, man. Down here. Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Dolphins set their 53-man roster yesterday. Undrafted rookies. You had Julian Hill, tight end. He bounced Tanner Connor. Says there's only one room enough in this town for one undrafted tight end. Hit the bricks, Tanner Connor.
Get out
of here, dude. You had Brandon Peely, defensive tackle. He can now learn under the tutelage of company man Christian Wilkins, who's not going to make a stink. Yep, not going to make a stink.
No. Christian, you don't tutor in front of Chris Greer.
Okay.
You take him off to the side. He doesn't deserve to see that.
Jeez.
Xavier Howard chiming in. This is making a stink. And then Chris Brooks, who, by the way, moose. I mean, we need a running back who's a moose. We got too many of these tiny running backs out here.
Yeah.
You need yourself a moose. This guy, 6'1", 220 plus. Moose.
That's
what we need. Toting the rock.
That's not a moose.
That's compared to Devon Achane.
Yeah.
And Myles Gaskin and Savon.
Yeah.
Moose.
Man, born in 2000. That's still kind of.
He wears number 33, Marcos. I'm looking at this Chris Brooks. Wears number 33.
Huh.
Pretty big shoulder pads for 2023, I got to say.
I was about that size.
Got the build of a young Leroy Horde.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Ourselves a young Leroy.
Let's just say I didn't hit the league running. We were also 3-13 my first year. So
not your fault, dude.
From Pro Football Focus, I'm reading from Ryan Smith. He says Chris Brooks was the highest graded running back in the preseason with a minimum of 30 snaps, 80.2 overall, 104 rushing yards, 57 after contact, 3 touchdowns, 8 forced missed tackles. Moose.
Yeah,
that's moose. That's
moose
right there.
That's a moose right there. All right, so shout out to Chris Brooks making the team. They did trade Noah Igbinoghene. Can we hear from Mike McDaniel on trading Noah and why they went into that?
That was something that we definitely weren't chasing, we were approached with. There was some interest there, and really, regardless, that it wasn't planned. It wasn't a situation where we were really exploring the idea of not having him on the roster. But when given the opportunity and our specific team with our specific needs, we thought it was both a win for us. And I'm so happy for and really proud of Noah because everybody wants to be a first round draft pick, and as a 20-year-old, that sounds cool, but there's a burden with that. And what you've seen is a guy grow as a player and as a person. And I think it, being able to be 23 years old and go to a place with a fresh start, specifically with a guy that I've worked with in Dan Quinn, and just knowing his coaching mentality. I think it's a good fit for them. I think it's a good fit for us. So that's how deals are done.
There you go, Mike McDaniel.
You want me to translate all that?
Yeah.
We got something for him. We're probably going to cut him.
Yeah, I would say it's probably going in that direction, right?
Yeah.
That
the only thing that was keeping Noah on this team was the injuries, not his ability.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Right.
For sure.
And look, let's be clear. Some of those things in some of those situations work out, and you find guys. If it wasn't for injuries, we wouldn't know Kurt Warner. There's a lot of guys like that in the league. So when it got to the point where they brought in Eli Apple and put him in before they put you in, the writing was on the wall.
Red says it's Mike McLean. I don't like to call him.
Look, the thing I appreciate about Mike McDaniel is he doesn't hose down players.
No.
And,
players
and from the standpoint of a guy playing for a coach like that, I tell you another person who never did it and nobody likes is Bill Belichick. He would never go and just hose down a player. And no, he wouldn't.
I mean, he did hose down Aaron Donald one time because he wouldn't compare him to Lawrence Taylor.
That's not hosing down.
Hose him down.
I'm talking about his guy.
Hold on now.
His guy.
No one's Lawrence Taylor.
And guess what? Believe me, I know what that relationship is. He ain't backing down from that ever.
He's not, but I mean, Aaron Donald, is Aaron Donald as close to Lawrence Taylor as we can get as far as changing his position, being that much of a...
I mean, we said that about Ndamukong Suh. He's Ndamukong Suh times 10.
Aaron Donald surpassed him, though, dude.
Okay, but listen, not for nothing. When LT came into the league, he was 1 of 1. Aaron Donald is 1 of 1, but I played with a guy who went 7 or 8 years from that position and got 10 sacks a year. He's also a Hall of Famer. So while we sitting here, if you can ever compare another player to the guy that's dominating now, and I would say that in John Randall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Name a guy that you compare to LT. We still looking, right? We still looking for a guy that literally changed how you pass protect against a linebacker. And you don't call them linebackers anymore. You call them rush ends.
Shmith and Schmolnick, of course, chiming in with Deion Jordan. Of course, just like LT. just like him, dude. Like he was just like Jason Taylor.
Right. So yeah, so that's where I could see where he's coming from, right? But I would say this. Aaron Donald's scary. Oof. Everything about that dude when he gets on the field is scary.
Yep.
But LT was game changing. When I'm telling you he changed the way offenses protected the quarterback. All you do for Aaron Donald is just double and triple team. He's just so great. He can beat that.
Doesn't matter.
Right. But
one year he had 20 and a half sacks.
Right. No, I know. But LT changed offensive football.
It's a giant.
Remember the video with Aaron Donald fighting a guy with knives?
Wow.
Seemed unnecessary.
What is he training for?
Seemed unnecessary.
You see these videos?
Zombie apocalypse? I don't know.
He's training for.
I don't know. The one deal that didn't happen yesterday, we'll get into a little bit. Jonathan Taylor does not end up with the Miami Dolphins. Mike McDaniel had thoughts on that. We'll continue on right here on Tobin and Leroy after this. Welcome back. It's Tobin and Leroy here with you. Pink's back on the pitch tonight, 7:30. Lionel Messi, according to Tata, back in the starting lineup. What are you pointing at, Marcos?
My Messi poster.
Where are you getting all these posters, man?
I know people, dude. When you're an NFL insider, you come across, you rub shoulders with the right people, you know.
Never been boots on the ground.
There you go. One time I was boots on the ground. Boots on the ground.
Are you doing that for the tailgates? That's fun.
I am.
Are you going back this week?
I am. I'm going to be live at the tailgates, and I think I'm going to do it under a different affiliation.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I like it.
So yeah, I'll be live.
Do you want to reveal or not yet?
Not even sure. So
right.
I just know it won't be the old one, and I know that
Art God Savvy Studios.
Yeah.
You know, just follow him at Art God Savvy.
Look at me now
on all platforms. There you go. He's a father now, and he's got more art coming because he's so inspired by his baby.
I can't wait to take my baby to a tailgate.
Really?
Isn't that gonna be fun? I could just kind of hold him up like, woo.
No.
All right.
Babies in sporting events, I don't get it. It's if you're taking your kid to a sporting event,
it's a hassle.
It's a hassle.
Where do you change that diaper?
I guess in one of the
not in one of the men's bathrooms where women pee in there.
Oh man, you remember that at the Dolphins game?
Yeah,
that was impressive.
Shorter line.
Speaking of the Dolphins, Chris Greer is going to address the media today around 2:00. The big headline yesterday was the non-trade of Jonathan Taylor. That deadline went by. They did not pull the trigger. I just saw something that Barry Jackson reported. It makes me physically angry to see what they were asking for Jonathan Taylor. Do you want to hear what they were asking for, Leroy?
What?
I want to punch Jim Irsay in the face for even suggesting the notion of this. Jim Irsay, according to Barry Jackson of the Miami Herald, first of all, the Packers were apparently the mystery team. That's been reported now. They were the mystery team for Jonathan Taylor.
Don't they already have a good running back?
Mystery team, dude.
All right.
Maybe a Wisconsin homecoming. That's what they're doing there. You know?
Okay.
I don't know. Barry Jackson says, and can confirm through a Dolphins person, as reported by the Indy media, the Colts made wild requests from Miami, including Jaylen Waddle.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, dude, Irsay,
wait,
you can
go to hell.
Here's what I can't figure out.
Hell, dude.
Here's what I can't figure out. Okay. You don't value him enough to pay him, but you value him enough to ask for a star receiver?
It's crazy.
Make up your mind.
Make up your mind, Irsay. Like, at what point does Chris Greer just like, all right, I'm dealing with a toddler. Like, when you're on the other line, he goes, he's probably watching, because we know that he loves, we know that he loves oceanic life. So he's probably watching March of the Penguins high as a kite.
Okay.
And he goes, I want Waddle. I want Waddle. I want him. And Chris Greer's like, okay, but I've said you're not going to get Waddle. I want him. Okay, Jim.
Hey, somebody said, Twitch, they need to drug test Irsay. No, they don't. They already know.
They know. What do you need to?
Right.
It's quite obvious.
It would be wasting somebody's time going over there and getting his
blood.
blood.
I want Waddle. I want him. Lolita. Jim, that's not even a player, Jim. I don't know. Steve, can I hang up on this guy?
It's hard to negotiate with unreasonable people.
It is. Well, that's what the Heat are dealing with right now with Cronin.
Right.
But I think that's almost even more.
But here's the difference between the two is here's the difference between the two. At no point in time did Irsay feel like he needed to save face. Right? So there was nothing that happened that would ever make him have to come off of his ridiculous request. No. Right? And he almost handcuffed. He said, yeah, go work out a trade. Here's what we want. Right? Which you knew how it was going to come back because you don't want to pay him. Why would somebody give you assets for somebody you don't want to pay? But as far as Cronin is concerned, Cronin is trying to save face because he has messed this up at every stage of this process. So now he's trying to be able to go back to Portland and say, see what I did? I made it work out. And that's why these two situations are so different.
But like, isn't this like organizational malpractice at this point? Like, you have a guy now.
How can you have organizational malpractice when you own the team?
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, I'll give you an example. How should Dak feel about them bringing in the quarterback from San Fran?
I honestly don't think that's that big a deal. People are making a big deal out of it. It's really
not
like
to me. I look at it like this. Go ahead.
First of all, he hasn't been that good. Like, if I'm Dak Prescott and I can't beat out a kid who's got 3 snaps in his life, that's on Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? It's kind of like people who are like, oh, I can't believe the Dolphins brought in Teddy Bridgewater last year. And it's like, if Tua can't beat out Teddy Bridgewater, then what are we doing? You know,
exactly.
Like, so
it's a whole a bigger problem. But here's the issue, though.
Okay.
Bridgewater was a veteran. Okay. Who's the quarterback? I keep forgetting. Trey Lance is really young. So if Dak starts struggling, somebody in that organization is gonna say, let's kick the tires on Trey Lance. You wouldn't say that with Tua. You'd say,
that happened last year with who was the quarterback? Was it Cooper Rush?
Where?
In Dallas. He got like 4 starts and he was like decent in 3 of them. It was like, oh, Cooper Rush, but that always happens with Dak Prescott.
Yep.
Right.
You know, honestly, Dak Prescott did it to Tony Romo.
I was gonna say, isn't that
it is?
Here's where ignorance is ruining football. And this is what sucks about football, because you can pick and choose what stat you want to use. Wilkins doesn't have the sacks to command big bucks. There you have it. So let me ask you this, to the people that believe that. What if Wilkins went into a game and only played for sacks? Right? Because keep in mind, to me, the difference between a sack and a tackle for loss is the person.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a sack is basically a tackle for loss with a quarterback. He has 16 of those, which is more than anybody else. So is he really being less disruptive than those other guys who have 5 more sacks? No, he's not. And you can pull out of that whatever you want. The Dolphins are going to say he only has 3.5 sacks, right? Which is a low rent move. It really is. If you're negotiating with Christian Wilkins and you're saying he doesn't have the sack numbers, you are low rent when you see all the things that this guy does. That's a fact.
I am curious on those guarantees, though. Like, I'm curious, like, how much of the incentives are based on sacks. Like, if that's a thing that's going in there with the negotiations of the deal.
Hold up, time out real quick.
Yep.
Christian Wilkins.
You just
said, if I hear Leroy say Christian Wilkins one more time, I'm going to drown myself in acid. So there, Christian Wilkins.
He's just going to he's not. He's just going to take that acid to hell. That's all he's going to do. But yeah, the thing with Jonathan Taylor, like, okay, so now this guy who led the league in rushing a couple of years ago now is on the PUP list. I mean, so you're just going to have this guy in your roster, disgruntled, not playing. It's just crazy to me. I can't imagine. You know, you're the one who clearly doesn't value him, doesn't put him on any kind of a pedestal. It's just weird to me that Irsay would put. Okay, Irsay goes and has him look for a team that's willing to pay him and things like that. Fine. That's already probably a challenge in itself in this day and age with the running back market. But you're asking the Dolphins for one of their best players in exchange for him when you don't even think he's going to play for you? That's crazy to me, dude.
Right.
Crazy.
So here's what's crazy. If somebody would have gave them what they wanted, he wouldn't have been on the PUP.
Yeah.
Like, how ridiculous is that? And so when egos come in, here's how egos come into play, and it hurts the team or hurts the franchise. They keep him on PUP just to say, see, right? But who are you hurting? You're hurting your own franchise.
Pretty wild. It's a pretty wild thing. But this Irsay, man. Waddle, give it to me. Blah.
Uh-oh. We're going. They tell me he keeps getting doubled, but where are the 10-sack players benefiting from it? You don't think Jalen Phillips did? Being one-on-one? You don't think Chubb did? Being one-on-one? You don't think Zach Sieler did? Being one-on-one?
Well, and let's also, but here's the other thing that we all clearly saw last year, guys. And then this is the thing that I hate with the Christian Wilkins thing with the fans is like 3 weeks ago, we all wanted him signed. No, there was not a Dolphin fan who didn't want Christian Wilkins on their team long term. And now you get into this stuff where like, oh, but you try and pick the player apart. Is there a Dolphin fan I can go up to and be like, you think this guy's not one of the best players on defense? You don't think that? 1, 2, 3? Like, you don't think he's one of the top 3 players on the defense? If you don't, I don't know what to tell you. And the other thing is, Leroy, the guy had an ass clown as a defensive coordinator. I mean, Josh Boyer stunk. Look at all that talent he had last year. The reason they had to go pay Vic Fangio $1 gazillion to coach is because they had a boob last year. So I just think it's wild to me that, like, we've gone 3 weeks, nothing has changed. Christian Wilkins is not holding out. He is not making a stink. He says he wants to be a Dolphin for life. And there's Dolphin fans who are taking shots at the guy? For what?
Here's the deal. What happens and how much money is he going to demand if he goes out and just gets sacks? And he doesn't have as many tackles for loss, but he has 10 sacks. And just because he has 10 sacks, his impact could be less because he doesn't have all the other stuff. And you're going to say now he's an elite player?
It's just strange to me. Like, where do you guys get off being pissed off at Christian Wilkins? He's not quitting on the Dolphins. He is not holding out. What did he do? Stop embarrassing Eichenberg for a couple of practices? Who cares? That this guy feels like he's valued and deserves money. Who doesn't? What did he do that was so wrong that you guys are going to sit here and pick apart a player who's very clearly awesome for the Dolphins, is one of the leaders and faces of your franchise, is one of the voices of your team? His best friend got a contract. He was nearly in tears for his friend. Seems like an A+ student and an A+ player. What the hell is wrong with some of you Dolphin fans taking shots at him? Those people need to take a ride with Schmeeth and Schmolik to hell. Wow. In acid. Whoa.
Well, they say $20 million a year is too much for a defensive tackle not named Aaron Donald.
Guess what?
Wait, I got this. Prez, you realize that the Dolphins are backing themselves into $22 million a year, right? Because this is his last year. If they franchise him, they're gonna have to pay him $22 million.
Well, let me ask you this, dude. If that position keeps skyrocketing and every one of these defensive tackles is making $20 million a year annually, I think the league is saying something different as far as the value of it. Because you guys are sitting here with pants tense over the position that everybody is like refusing to pay. It gets paid less than kickers. You're like, oh, get Jonathan Taylor. Meanwhile,
wait a minute, you were leading that charge.
Well, no, but I want both, so it's not the same. And you don't want to think Christian Wilkins isn't worth it. It's like the defensive tackle market's going up higher than South Florida housing. You're crazy, dude.
It's pretty amazing because guess what? Watch what Chris Jones gets paid. Watch.
Well, he says he's still not showing up, by the way.
Yeah, isn't he starting to get into like
he's on like the reserve something. He was on a list I'd never heard of. They put him on that list.
Okay, made up a list.
I think he said he's like, I'll just show up for week 8. Whatever gets me my eligibility that this year counts.
Yeah, when you got a couple rings, you can do that.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Mix things up coming up next.
WQAM brought
Hey, we got your chance to win a photo op and autograph from Panther star Matthew Tkachuk on Sunday, September 8th at Hollywood Collectibles on Sterling Road in Dania. To enter the contest, text the word autograph to 20357. That's autograph to 20357. And if you don't win, you still want to go, you get more info at hollywoodcollectibles.com. It's a text contest. Message and data rates may apply. Again, text autograph to 20357. And your name is in the ring to see the Kachukster.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Guy was really good. Hell of a first year with the Cats.
Absolutely.
Tobin is Darius Fuddrucker.
Well, now he's lashing out at me because of last hour. I see how it is. Schmeathan.
Leroy loves Fuddruckers. So.
I mean, he does love Fudd. Who doesn't love Fuddruckers?
Pretty good.
Marcus, why don't we mix it up here a little bit?
Yeah.
Bam.
All right, gentlemen, we have quite a bit in our mix bag today. All right, we'll try to get to it as quick as we possibly can. A lot of people spoke yesterday for cut day, including Jaylen Waddle. Leroy, are you familiar with John Daly?
Yeah, the golfer.
Heard of him? You heard of him?
Yeah, he's a bit. He's a
weird guy.
Happy Gilmore of golf.
Indeed. Jaylen Waddle recently was spotted in a John Daly t-shirt. Your best guess, do you think he knows who John Daly is?
No.
Great. Let's hear what Jaylen Waddle had to say when explaining his t-shirt.
Your shirt has just me thinking so many questions I want to ask you. Do you play golf?
Nah, I suck. I ain't gonna lie. I'm Top Golf. I'm pretty good though. Top Golf. I'm pretty good, but Tour be trying to get me out there. He be going. I don't know why people go so early in the morning. I don't know why is that. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why that's a thing. But I'm not getting up at 6, 7 in the morning to go golf. I'm gonna tell y'all that now. It's the sun. What's the word of the shirt? I just mess with it for real. Yeah, just mess with it for real.
You know who John Daly is?
I know a little bit about him.
Wow, man.
Yeah. Pretty sure his philosophy is hit bombs. Is that kind of what you're trying to go for?
I mean, the shoe fits.
I don't think he knows who John Daly is.
He does not know. I promise you, he does not know. Because John Daly is a known alcoholic. Right?
Well, I mean, I was
no.
Yeah. I mean, I know he is, but how many Diet Cokes did he drink a day? Didn't he drink like 40? Like an absurd amount of Diet Cokes.
Absurd amount. He is nothing about him, says Jaylen Waddle.
28 cans.
That's a lot of cans.
If he cut himself in half,
21 cigarettes,
he could be 2 Jaylen Waddles.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
looking at this
He's
article.
He is. You know why people love him? Because I think some person everywhere, because we think of golf as this hoity-toity thing, and privileged people do it. And John Daly is kind of the everyday guy, right? And so I think that's why people liked him. He was another film, gambled a boatload of money away.
Is he from Houston? Where is John Daly from? Like,
Arkansas. He went to University of Arkansas.
I'm trying to figure out the connect. Like, what did he just see that shirt and was just like, I like it?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Because
I'm looking at the shirt right now.
Put it this way. There is not a person on the football field that could be farther from John Daly than Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah, for sure. He's not he's kind of laid back,
Right.
Laid back. But I do like his criticism.
He said, okay, Dave South said it's just a vintage shirt. All the kids are doing it.
But John Daly?
Yeah, but I feel like I feel whenever I wear like a Metallica shirt, I feel like a fraud. It's the people ask me name 3 songs. I can't. Same thing with John Daly. Like, I feel like you have to know a little bit about the shirt you're wearing.
I feel like that.
Wait, who's did Metallica do Sandman?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. That's like the only song I can know.
I got one.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably heard it at like every game that you ever played in. I would hope so.
Man, we've heard songs. I bet you people that hear the White Stripe song don't know who that is.
I think they have. I think
wait a minute. Now I know you're lying, because back in the day, you used to have to go to the record store and sing the song. Right? You couldn't just go Google it. You had to go and say, you know that song, sing it for me.
It's so good now because you could just be like, hey, that song that sounds like you could like type in almost the song now and whatever.
Yes.
You can actually hum it,
and it'll just be like, oh, we got it. We got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
It's impressive.
We know what song you want.
Somebody said the soft drinks, it's an alcoholic thing, really. It is.
That's 28 Diet Cokes a day. Yeah. That's insane.
That's to not have a beer in his hand.
I think my favorite part about that is Jaylen Waddle though saying to Tua, he goes, "What's up with the golfers getting up early?" It's a fair criticism.
Yeah. There you go. The real SDI. What's a record store?
Yeah. What else we got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
From John Daly, who likes to have a good time, to another place known for having a good time. If I'm not mistaken, our boy Leroy Horde have gotten a shout out here. Zach Sieler was asked about his alma mater, Ferris State. I want you to listen closely to the question, as I think our boy gets a shout out.
I heard a guy on the radio today, Miami Sports Talk Radio. Your contract came up. The guy, the fullback, what's his name? The fullback, the Vikings fullback.
Leroy Horde.
Leroy Horde, thank you.
Never
he said
a fullback.
He's been to Ferris State. He said it's one of the best party schools in America. Is this accurate? Is actually a very
Ferris
fun school?
is incredible. I loved every moment there. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing going on. Nothing really. The school's it.
Yep.
So we loved it there. We enjoyed our time there. It was a good time. Love all my guys there. I'm still super close with all those guys. So we always make a trip every year. I mean, just, when there's not a lot going on, you just kind of forced to grow together. And I think
party and drink is what you do.
Because you become so close to the football team. There's not a lot of distractions.
Okay.
So hold on.
It was Wiggle 101.
And Tobin sent me the clip, and I immediately sent him a clip of Mock Rock.
Mock Rock, dude.
It's the only thing they had at Ferris State. It's the only reason why I was invited to Ferris State to go to Mock Rock. And it looked like the people went and laid in the grass for 3 days.
Woodstock.
Oh,
Rockville.
Yeah, bruh. So they didn't ask him about Mock Rock, which is the only reason why I mentioned Ferris State. And guess what? The only reason why I would travel to the middle of nowhere and a couple of honeys, but that's
whoa.
Truth comes out.
So yeah, Ferris State. Listen, dude, he ain't lying about middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
but they have Mock Rock every year, and it is massive.
Hey, look, they're talking about the Igbinoghene trade on Skip Bayless's show that got hijacked.
That got hijacked.
Yeah. Hey, it's a bunch of armed robbers came and they stole my show. They took my show.
There you go, up there.
My favorite part is
Noah Igbinoghene making national TV.
How long did you think they looked at the paper like Igbinoghene?
I wonder if somebody in Dallas is saying, "Bear not gonna leave."
Anything else in the mixed bag, Marcus? What else we got?
Yeah, we'll keep it lighthearted. Paul George has been joining the podcast circuit now.
He's got like the NBA podcast of the summer, I would say.
Yeah.
He's stolen it. You know what? I'm happy. It's enough of this JJ Redick. You know what I'm talking about? Enough of this JJ Redick.
Well, Paul George, apparently he does impressions. I'm not sure. Let's see if you can find out what impression he did in this clip here.
Give us Charles, D. We know you got Charles.
Jackie, to think about it, let me tell you. See, back when I played, you almost had to chuck a guy when he got hot or fouled him and put him on his ass. But these guys now are just too soft.
Hey, that's pretty good. Wait, who knew?
Who knew? Paul George. He's a comedian. He's a funny guy. Wow. Do we have any actual Charles Barkley to compare this?
We do. This is Charles Barkley. Recently, he was quoted as saying the bad boy Pistons would break Steph Curry. So keep in mind that impression you just heard. Now let's hear what the actual Charles Barkley sounds like.
I love Steph Curry. Can you imagine if the bad boys was beating the hell out of him? Bill, can you imagine that? As much as I love Steph Curry, if you think that he could take those blows that John Sally
Dennis Rodman, Bill Laimbeer, those body checks that they were putting on Michael and Scotty and myself and guys like that, you really think Steph Curry wouldn't break?
Here's what I would say about that. And we do this all the time with different eras. A great player is great because he can adapt to any situation. One of the things that makes Steph so great is that he's not that big and he still manages to get it done in a number of ways. He don't just shoot threes all game. He runs around, he gets to the rim, he gets to the foul line. He does a lot of different things. So if they could put their hands on him a little bit more, he would be a little bit different. That's what great players do. And I hate when people try to say, oh, he wouldn't have played in our day. Oh, he wouldn't have been able to do this in our day. Hall of Famers, great players tend to adapt.
Dr. Toboggan says, Bill Laimbeer, HOF intangible. No doubt, sir.
Yep. Wait,
no
Dave
doubt.
South, Mark Price played during Chuck's time. Relax.
It's just the thing. Like, look, Steph Curry's amazing. I think that was the jumping off point of that. He was upset because people were actually giving credence to Steph Curry being better than Magic, best point guard of all time.
Oh, yeah.
But like, honestly, look, you couldn't find two players at a position that are
Totally different.
or different.
Because
you know?
guess what? And here's the thing that I used to, me and Jim Brown used to talk about this. Isn't it easier to be dominant when you're the biggest dude on the field?
Right.
Right? Like for Shaq to be dominant, right? That being said, I think Jim Brown could have played in any era of football because he was still fast and he was a tremendous athlete. I'm not going to take greatness away based on when they played. They adapt to the circumstances that they're playing in.
Charles has been a doubter of Steph Curry being able to win a championship. He was like one of the, Charles Barkley is one of the more prominent national voices. He said no one can win a championship like that. Nobody can win a championship.
Remember, he said that right. Now he's got three.
Four.
Four.
He's got four. And the guy, like, I'm sorry, but like this guy has completely changed how the game has been played now, and like everybody tries to play like him. Everybody.
Here's what I would say to Charles. Who's the guy athletically that would be able to stay in front of Steph Curry? I'll wait. Because keep in mind, nowadays, everybody's so much more athletic and everybody's job is so much different than it was back then. You don't just have guys that can just stand in the paint and swat balls down. Sometimes your big got to be out on the wing a little bit.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You're going to beat him up from when? When he pulls up from 30, you're going to beat him up?
Yeah, that's the thing. That translates, dude. Doesn't matter the decade.
I don't know. Maybe Magic was better. I watched more stuff. I didn't watch Magic Johnson in his prime.
I would say this. The closest guy to the two guys that are closest to being able to play in the 90s with just the style that they play with now was D-Wade and who's my man from plays for the Bulls that was in Toronto.
DeMar DeRozan?
DeMar DeRozan. That was a basketball in the 90s. A lot of mid-range, getting to the rim. Jimmy could play. Jimmy could play.
Yeah, it's like when we get into these historical arguments, people who are going to look back on box scores and see D-Wade was like a career 33% shooter. They're like, oh, well, what was that? Like, you just don't get it. I'm like, you guys don't get it.
Right.
You don't get it.
And so now you got people of today critiquing D-Wade because he didn't shoot the three. But what are the people in the 90s going to say when there were no three shot? You see what I'm saying? So a great player is a player that can adapt to any circumstance that you put in front of him. And you can't tell me, you can't definitively say, like Charles is trying to say, that they would just body him and knock him around. He gets that anyway.
If D-Wade a bump, he was 29% for his career.
Ooh.
What was he for the playoffs, though?
Hall of Famer.
Playoffs, though, 34%.
Hey, what about Giannis?
34% of the playoffs. That dude was respectable when it counted.
What about Pippen? What about Pippen having to guard Giannis?
Oh, I don't know. Could have been fun.
Okay, because back in that day, that would have been the equivalent to him guarding the center.
Yeah. Giannis probably would have been a center.
Right. But that's
Giannis
my point.
Giannis wouldn't be allowed to bring up the ball like he does now. You know,
Right.
like they probably would have stuck his ass and made him be a power forward.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah, because he wouldn't have to shoot.
Right. I love when Giannis shoots. Please. Speaking of shooting, by the way, that's our mixed bag. But something happened this morning in the wee hours of the Philippines.
Oh, you are not. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna let you do this.
We have to talk about what Nikola.
I'm not gonna let you do this.
Have to, dude.
Now all of a sudden you on. Now all of a sudden you on board.
What?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
Oh, back in black.
By the way, I'm watching this new show. I don't even know if it's new, but I have Apple TV now, so I'm an Apple guy. Because thanks to Messi, all thanks to Messi. And so I'm watching this show called Bad Sisters, and it takes place in Ireland. And all I keep doing all show, and it's really pissing my wife off, is She's like, will you stop doing that? It's a good show, though. They're all trying to murder their brother-in-law. It's great.
They got you, dude. This is exactly what they wanted.
It is exactly. They got good stuff that on that network. Like there was another movie. I was like, it's like a prison show where like a guy's got to like try and flip a murder. I'm like, oh, I'm in. I'm watching that right after I'm done with.
Watching a lot of murder shows, Tobin.
I have been, J-Fig. I have been. You know?
That's just the
It's a little
female
sus.
version of the ID channel.
My wife loves a murder show.
Why would they do that?
So like when I'm not
the
watching,
ID channel?
With
I mean, all the murder, like.
Oh, I just got exciting news. Joining us in just a few minutes.
Ooh!
Who's boots on the ground in the Philippines?
Uh-oh.
Who's going to tell us about this Jovic game in person, baby?
Christos!
Oh, man. Christos is going to hop on. But, yeah, let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store, J-Fig? Palmetto Ford!
We know trucks.
I want one of those.
Yep.
You like the big one or the Jeep?
That one.
That one? The Raptor?
That one. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just really have two words.
Naturally, you would get it in black.
Of course. Is there any other color?
I just have two words. Jovic, dude. Jovic. Come on. What are we talking about? Did you see what this guy did?
Perfect game.
Perfect game.
Yeah. I agree with Leroy, though. You're not allowed to celebrate this.
Why not?
You called him the little sweetener. Very critical of
What
him
I was talking
very
about his
early.
game as a little sweetener. You know, like it sweetens up my life as a fan. Because this guy, dude. First of all,
Minus one.
First of all, I just want to say I just want to say a couple things here, okay? One, YouTube, you can go to hell, okay?
Wow.
Because I tuned in, I was like, oh, I want to see what happened with Serbia. So first place I go to YouTube. Hey, let me see the highlights. And it was nothing but Bogdanovic. I was like, oh, I guess like Jovic didn't have that great a game in their 4-minute highlight package because they didn't show. It was nothing but Bogdanovic, right? Then I go to the box score, right? Because they smoked South Sudan, Leroy. I mean, South Sudan got the business from Serbia, right? And I'm like, yeah, Jovic must not have that great a game. So then I fire up the box because I saw like one sick basket that he had. Nasty fadeaway, dude. And 25 points. He led him in scoring. How was this? YouTube, what are you doing there? And then on top of it, he was perfect from downtown. 5 for 5. And a perfect 9 for 9 from the floor, dude. Sweetener. What are we talking about here? Cronin, time's up, dude. Sorry. Off the table. Wow.
Why? Can I ask you a question?
I have a declaration.
Why do I even do the show?
What are you talking about, dude?
Why do I even do the show?
What do you mean?
Because as if it's like I don't say anything about these things. You just dismiss everything I say.
I don't.
Now all of a sudden you're on board.
No, I've been on board.
Oh no, you haven't.
I really
no, you
had
haven't.
something. I had
Stop
to be
lying.
and it took this performance against the South Sudan.
Hold on.
Where I was like,
Hold on. Hold on.
dude. What?
Hold on.
What?
Stop your lying ass. You would have traded him for a Krispy Kreme if it meant that you could get Dame.
No, in fact, I have a declaration.
Why are you tripping on your words?
I'm not tripping on my words, Jennifer.
You are. You are such.
You're lashing out
You're
today.
the
J-Fig.
worst. You're the worst.
I have a declaration to make.
We
about
do this
something.
every time, and before it happens, I explain what's going to happen. No.
This
And
is
then
like
all
the
of
other
a sudden, bam! Here we are. Every single trade. Here
Not
we
like
are.
It's not like the other times though, because I have a declaration to make. Okay, Nikola Jović, you're untradeable. Whoa!
Untouchable.
Okay.
Untouchable.
Mark it. Mark it.
Untouchable. We are taking Jovic, and guess where he is now located, Marcos?
Where?
You want to know where Nikola Jovic is located?
Yes.
J-Fig. You want to know where Nikola Jovic is located?
I really do, actually.
Leroy.
No, I'm not playing your game. No, no, you fraud. I'm not doing it.
No, I'm going to tell you where Nikola Jovic is located, but first I need to call it 305-567-0560.
Okay.
Until I get a call,
what that
I will
is?
not tell you
Flip,
where
flop,
Nikola
flip,
Jovic
flop,
is located.
flip, flop, flip, flop.
I'm not flip-flopping. I never
Really?
flip-flop. I never
So
flip.
you've always wait. Hold on. Let's be clear.
What?
So what you're saying right now
is
you always been this enthusiastic about Jovic.
Always, dude. Always. Nobody's
I don't
watching.
think so.
Nobody's watched more
Dude,
Nikola
oh my
Jovic's
God.
warm-ups
Oh my
than me,
God.
dude. And so I'll
Dude.
tell you where he's located.
How
but
you,
first I need
I'm
to
your
call-
boy.
I need
How
to
you
call
gonna look me right in the face and lie?
305-567-0560.
Oh my goodness.
Until I get a caller, I will not be able to tell you where Nikola Jovic is located.
Whoa,
Okay.
here comes another feeder band.
So I'm just letting you know.
It's pouring, boys.
Take it easy. Oh, okay. Hold on. 560, you're on the air. What's your name?
Kyle?
Hey, Kyle. What's going on, man?
I need you to tell me how you're going to flip-flop now.
I'm not flip-flopping. You're lashing out. And by the way, -1 for lashing out.
No, get that guy.
Kyle for lashing out.
Yes.
I'm not
Yes.
flip-flopping. Get out of here, Kyle.
Hey,
I love it.
Take his number down. He's banned.
Hey,
No.
hey,
Man.
560,
everybody's
you're on the air.
figuring you out.
560, you're on the air. What's your name?
Tobin, Matthias.
Matthias. What's up, man? How are you?
Yeah. Good. How are you, Tobin?
Hey, you want to know where Nikola Jovic is located?
I really need to know where Jovic is located, please.
All right, Matthias, I'll tell you in a second.
Appreciate
Bro.
it.
I got one more call.
So
Oh, that was
Hey,
perfect.
560, you're on the air. What's your name?
What's going on, Tobes? It's Alex.
Hey, Alex. You want to know where Nikola Jovic is located?
I mean, you're on this Tobes, dude. So whatever you say, it's you know, it is. It is what it is. So just tell me.
Thank you, buddy. All right. So
This is
Nikola
this
Jovic.
is the guy that
he's
always
located-
has your
this is
name.
where- you want to know where he's located, Marcos?
Yeah.
Off the table is where he's located, dude. Because he's off the table.
Hey.
Sorry, Cronin. You snooze, you lose.
Hey,
No more Nikola Jovic for you, dude.
the real
He's
SDI
off the
said
table.
he's located in the coffee cup at the end as a sweetener.
Sweetener. I do have actually just.
Hey, you know what?
That's a good one.
This was beautiful. This was, you know what, Marcos?
Yeah.
Save this so we
Huh?
can go to this.
No, you don't have to go to it because I'm telling you right now, he's off the 560. You're on the air. What's your name?
Leroy.
Leroy. That's all I need.
This is, hey,
Damn, what's going on,
this,
man?
Finish.
this was perfect.
What's up, buddy?
Loose goose floozy Tobin.
Yay! I want another
Don't you
point.
say that. Don't you say that. I'm not a loose goose.
Wow. That one. I gotta admit though, you were pretty critical when he was stinking it up in summer league.
Nikola Jovic was a bum. Oof. Yeah, because it was oof. Even he admitted it.
NBA basketball for 2 minutes.
Maybe you didn't listen to him in the post game where he says it's not very good. Oof.
He's 19.
Doesn't matter.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't matter.
Yep, there he is. Hey, you know what? This is
one of
this
my
is the
favorite.
app. You know what? This couldn't have went any better. You finally
This is
got your
probably my
come up.
favorite
This
segment.
was perfect.
Christos Tsaltas. We expect to hear from him next.
free Odyssey app wherever you wander. It's easy to find us. Just go to the Odyssey app and search for WQAM. Make us your favorite station. And there we are, like a magical day in the Magic City.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. And we got your chance to win a photo op and an autograph with Panther star Matthew Tkachuk on Sunday, September 10th at Hollywood Collectibles in Sterling Road in Dania. To enter the contest, text the word autograph to 20357. That's autograph to 20357, and your name is in the rink. If you don't win, you can still go to the event. More info is available at hollywoodcollectibles.com. It's a text contest, so message and data rates may apply. Very exciting. He is joining us, boots on the ground, a friend of the program, and quite frankly, a legend. Bam Adebayo's favorite reporter, and we are thrilled to have this man join us. Let's go out to the Toyota of Hollywood guest line. Shop hundreds of Toyotas indoors in one of America's largest showrooms at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. Christos Tsaltas joining us there from STNA.
Christos!
Hello,
what's up, buddy?
Manila. How are you?
Bro, so you're in the Philippines right now?
Yeah, and the time is almost 12:30 a.m.
Listen, buddy, I appreciate you doing this. I'm sure you got to be sleepy, even though you never seem to sleep. You're always covering this damn game. What's the vibe over there right now? How excited is that country for the World Cup?
Well, first of all, sleep is overrated, in my opinion. Well, Philippines is a basketball country, not a basketball city. It's a basketball country. Everybody here loves basketball. We had a new record in the FIBA World Cup group stage game. 38,115 people in the FIBA World Cup opener between Philippines and Dominican Republic, and that speaks volumes about the love and the passion about the basketball here in the Philippines.
So, Christos, did you see Nikola Jović today? What was this performance like from the young budding Heat star for Serbia?
I feel lucky to see Nikola Jović. Sorry, I'm lucky to see Nikola Jović playing in this World Cup because he does so many things. He's arguably the best player of his team.
Wow.
Bogdanović is the leader. No doubt, Nikola Milutinov is one of the most dominant bigs in the World Cup and the most dominant big from Serbia national team. But Nikola Jović does it all. He's amazing. He's all over the place. He takes over the place. There are moments that reminds me a lot the way that Jimmy impacts on the game.
It's so is he exceeding your expectations? Like when you got here to see him, like how much is he, I guess, exceeding those expectations as far as how he's performing? Because a perfect game today, Christos. That's insane.
That's insane, and it's not today's game that he was amazing. It was the previous one against Puerto Rico that Serbia advanced to the second round. It was also a great game by Jović because he does all the things on the floor, and in my opinion, no, he didn't exceed my expectations because he has a room to be better and better as the tournament goes on. And that self-confidence came from his, every time he steps on the floor is just amazing, just remarkable. We're really lucky to see him play in this World Cup.
What do you look at me like that for, Leroy?
Because you wanted to trade him.
For Dame, though, dude. I'm off the table now. He's off the table. I don't think I can trade. Christos, I see these highlights. I'm like, I don't think they can get rid of this guy. I don't think it's possible the way he's playing right now.
If I was Pat Riley, I wouldn't trade Nikola Jović for Dame Lillard. I only trade Nikola Jović only for Anthony Edwards, maybe.
Yeah. Have you
prime Anthony Edwards, to be honest.
Have you, because I've seen you've been doing interviews with obviously everybody there. Has there been any input on how Spo has been doing with Team USA? What has kind of been the buzz on him?
Yeah. First of all, everyone in Team USA loves the way that Eric Spoelstra impacts on the coaching staff. Even Steve Kerr mentioned several times that Coach Spo did an amazing job, not only about the scouting, but the way he spoke to his players, tried to motivate them, tried to make it clear that we're here for the gold. And he made all the steps game by game, practice by practice to make this team better and better. And Coach Spo is a big part of Team USA's success so far in the tournament.
He's going to end up being the head coach one day, right?
For sure.
He's got to be the head coach one day.
In my opinion, and I talked several times here in Manila, in my opinion, he will be the next head coach of Team USA. That's my personal opinion.
So, Christos, where are we at with this tournament now? Like, how many until they're in the knockout stage, and who do you think is going to win this thing?
Well, we are now we are going to the second round. Today finished the first round of the tournament, and we have one more round, two more games actually, on Friday and on Sunday as well, and then we're going to the knockout stage. The knockout stage starts at September 5th, with the quarterfinals, and on Sunday, September 10th, we will have the final game for the gold. And in my opinion, okay, everyone spoke about Team USA, but Canada is just amazing. The way they are playing, Shea is on a different level right now. He's the best scorer, arguably the best scorer in the world right now, and he leads this team so good. Dylan Brooks is really good in this tournament as well, and in my opinion, a final game between Team USA and Canada would be 50-50.
Man, well, we appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for hopping on with us.
Go get some sleep, buddy.
Sleep, dude. You're the best.
Not yet. I want to see a game at 3 a.m. and then I will sleep.
You're nuts. You're crazy, crazy. Christos, we appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for giving us an update on Jovic. Maybe we'll check out with you later in the tournament.
Thank you.
There you go.
Hey,
Christos Tsaltas, fantastic.
Was he in that airline hangar?
I don't know. I think it was probably like just a wire or something like that, but we got it through, man. We got it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look,
that was good.
That dude
I think it was probably like a loose headphone wire in my expert audio opinion.
Oh, nice.
Hey, now you welcome aboard, Tobin.
Wow.
Welcome aboard.
Wouldn't even trade him for a prime Anthony Edwards, yo. I mean, if Christos says it.
I mean that. Oh my goodness. Smeaton's back. Wow, the irony of Leroy complaining about someone else's background noise.
No, I mean the chair took the big today, dude.
Although Smeaton did say that Christos, one of the very, very few, never will go to hell.
Love him. Love Christos. All right, we'll take a quick
break. we keep in mind, we never talk to this guy and it's not the middle of the night.
No,
so there's that.
I was just like, because I really did want him on, but I'm like, it's midnight when we're on where he's at right now. But I saw him tweet, and I'm like, let me see if he'll hop on for a second. And of course, he'll make time for us because he's the man. Appreciate Christos for joining us. We'll take a quick break. 15 minutes of Game Day Uncensored coming up.
Sponsored by South Florida Lexus Dealers. Experience amazing.
Oh, baby. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hey, you want to get your hair cut by the Fins and Canes barber? Well, we've got your chance to freshen up your look with Steven Rivera, the barber to the athletes. Enter now at WQAM.com/contest. Got a badass truck. I would like to get my hair cut in a van.
Okay.
Got like the floor panel there. Like it looks very classy. You see when coaching got it done recently?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Although I think he was barefoot in the picture. Something weird like that.
Not a fan of that.
That makes sense.
Where'd you see that?
I think it might be on Steven's Instagram, JFig. I think it might be there, but I don't remember if it was on a story or a post. Let me see.
You know who else got a haircut?
Scooby Dooby?
Scooby!
He literally looks like a rat.
Nice. He's adorable.
Doesn't he look adorable?
One may say adorbs. I like him better with like no ridiculous sweaters on though. Looks like a dog. He looks like a normal dog here.
Here we go. I'll send you the pic, JFig.
Pretty chill though, too.
You can see a barefoot Mike McDaniel. And
really not a fan of that.
Why, dude?
I don't know.
Is it because you have a thing with your bare feet because of the webbing?
Okay, I didn't want to bring it up, but
it's a little sensitive for you.
It's a little sensitive.
You must be able to swim fast.
I can swim very fast. It sucks. It sucks. I wish. You'd be like, no, it's not what you think.
Are you a fan of pools or do you just like puddles?
Okay, now we're going.
Answer the question, Margaret. Okay.
Puddles.
I'm emailing you the pic, JFig, so you can throw it up for our audience. So you can see Steven Rivera's Instagram. It's at Canes Barber, by the way, on social media. So we're giving away haircuts for him. So check it on out. But yeah, he had McCochin in the chair, but feet were bare. Yesterday, a lot of Dolphins news yesterday to kind of recap everybody. 53-man roster set. No outlandish cuts, I think, that surprised people. I think probably the most.
But that's because Noah got traded. That's the only reason why.
Noah got traded for sure. He made the debate show today for Skip Bayless. He had to talk about Noah Igbinoghene coming to his team
because it's Dallas.
Because it's Dallas. Yeah. Welcome to the Cowboys, dude. There's McCochin. You see him in
Doesn't he look so happy?
He does look happy. He does look happy.
Cool shades.
Probably, you know why? Because he's got badass kicks. He probably didn't want to get any hair on him.
Okay. I was like,
That's
why?
True.
Why the toes out? No, he took the socks off too. I guess you don't want hair on your socks. I guess.
I don't know.
What if you're the kind of like
maybe he didn't wear socks?
Huh? Sockless with the shoes, huh? He does.
That's a bold thing, especially in South Florida. You're going sockless.
Sockless with the shoes.
Down here, I don't think I would. That's a bold thing to do. I wouldn't do it.
Me and my wife get in this fight now because she wants me to take off my shoes when I get in the house. I'm like, no. I hate walking barefoot through the house because you like the bottom of your feet.
You do shoes throughout the home though?
Yeah.
Not even like house slippers?
No, when I get to my well, yeah, I wear my slippers everywhere though.
Gotcha.
My flip flop.
Yeah.
So when I wear shoes, I walk them to my closet and throw them in the closet.
And
Not
then
taking them off at the door.
That's
She
fair.
says, I got you some house shoes. Then what I'm gonna do with my regular shoes? There's gonna be a pile of shoes here.
A
You
man
don't wear the same shoes every day.
I'd say a man who probably walks barefoot a lot is Zach Sieler.
Oh yeah.
Zach Sieler got his money.
Mhm.
Here is Zach Sieler. It says that he wants to be playing with Christian Wilkins for a very long time because that's his best friend.
Yeah, that's my guy. There's nothing more I'd let him play with Christian for a long time, even longer. We've been very fortunate to have 3-4 years together now. Me, Christian, Agba, Raekwon, Clark up front. I mean, that's something special in itself. But obviously, any extra time we can get would be incredible for Christian and Ray.
Good friend, but not as good as the speech Christian Wilkins. Do you want to hear what Christian Wilkins said about his friend?
I feel bad. I don't want to get going again.
He's got to bring X in. This is Cyrano. I'm telling you, dude.
Okay.
Hey, stop praising his.
Wait, you know what X is in the back doing? No!
Oh, too much praise.
Here is Christian Wilkins on his BFF, Zach Sieler, getting his money.
I couldn't be more proud more happy, more excited for someone than Zach Sieler, honestly. You know, he called me the morning of, and, you know, he wanted to be the first to tell me. And that's been my brother since day one. When he got here with like 3 games left in the season. And I couldn't be more happy or more proud of someone, and, you know, all the work he's put in, and just we were able to ride this thing out together. You know, since he came here, it was just salt and pepper. You know, we were just, you know, me and him, we always had a tight bond since day one. And, you know, that was a great feeling. I was in his ear yelling on the phone when he called me. You know, I'm sure he didn't expect anything less, but I could not be more proud or more excited. And for someone to have that moment and to get what they've been working so hard for all their life. I mean, you know, he's someone who started out really living that life in a trailer when he first got here. And, you know, now he's on his second, you know, extension with the team. And I couldn't be more proud of him. Just everything he's worked for. You know, now he has enough money to finally buy that, you know, platinum grill. You know, he's always wanted, or whatever the heck, some more of those tools or whatever the heck he'll probably get. But, you know, we just really had each other's back throughout this whole process. And I'm so glad he was able to get what he wanted ultimately, because, you know, I couldn't be more happy for someone. In a lot of ways, more happy than myself. I'll challenge his wife, Hannah. I'm more happy for him than she could ever be. So, you know, really excited about that.
Hey, so does Christian Wilkins have a cold or something?
No, I think he's emotional, dude.
That was him choking up.
Oh, really? Okay, because I didn't see like when you can't see it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, listen. I think
it translated.
I think he's just emotional, dude.
No, he is. Look, man. Look.
I was confused.
No, you think he meant?
There is nobody. Listen, and I'm gonna say this: like, every team needs a quarterback. Every team needs a Tua.
Read Schmeathen's comment.
But there is no player, there's no team that needs a guy like every team needs a guy like Christian Wilkins, right? That's the guy. When you have questions about your team, that's who you're going to. So
Schmeathen says that the dude sounded like Rocky when Mickey died.
It's a sad
I
moment,
wish there
guys.
would be such cheapskates with me, but I'm happy for Zach.
Okay.
X is in the background going like, sucker. Guess what? Guess where me and Zach are going? We're popping bottles. Let's go. Make a stink. Don't say you're happier for him than his wife is.
That was strange. That was a bit much.
That was a lot. There's no friend that I have would try and claim that.
Yeah, I'm happy that you could ever be. Okay. All right.
I don't know, man.
That's fair. I think she's pretty happy, dude. I think they're both pretty happy.
I would say D wants to choke you out more than me.
No,
So
that's
it
fair.
works both ways.
So. I'm not sure, dude. I think it's a tie. I think that's a tie.
That one's hard.
Really close, dude.
It's fair. It is close. Although the other day she was like, you know, she was we were trying to light a candle, got a new scented candle. Yeah, this lighter
You
one.
had the matches for
Guess what I got?
Should have gave her one of these.
I'm very uncomfortable with
You
that.
didn't stop doing that.
I'm very uncomfortable with the power of fire at your wrist. I got to be honest with you.
Well, wait, you can't say nothing. You complain about the power of fire at his wrist. Meanwhile, you almost burnt your house down.
I didn't. It was a close set, dude.
What I appreciate is like by the time like a couple of years go by, this story's gonna escalate more and more. It's like you burned your house down because of a bit.
It's a great bit, though.
Pretty good.
No, I mean it didn't relate to any way.
It didn't work, but
I mean Nikola Jović still just took us to the woodshed. But still, he's good.
Not as good as Jovic.
Not as good as Jovic, though, dude.
Untradeable.
Jovic is already in better shape.
Oh,
already in better shape.
Look at that.
Already in better shape.
Think you ever finish high school?
No, still no.
Marcos, thank you. Thank you for egging him on.
Sorry.
Thank you.
It's my fault.
Aiding and abetting.
Don't forget
a known flip-flopper.
Nikola, please finish class. Mama, I cannot. I'm in FIBA World Cup. Player of game. 2 in a row. I can count to 2. No, you need to get education, Nico. Mama, all right? He's Karan Butler. Bad influence. I want you to be smart. Mama, I can count to 3, which is I nailed 5 threes, 5 times 3 equals, you get it, lot of points.
Okay, he just gives up.
Wait, why you got him?
You get it? A lot of points.
My goodness. You
He lost count already.
right.
He made it to high school, dude. He could multiply.
I don't know what they're doing in Serbia. I don't know.
He's playing basketball.
What grade would he be in right now?
Sophomore in college.
I mean, he'd be in college, but like he
Right,
finished.
but like
He was 18, and then he got drafted, and then they were like,
he's
"Oh
20
yeah."
now.
He's like, I got to finish my high school tests, and he never did it.
Never went.
Never did it. It sounds does Jovic's mom wear a scarf around her head?
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. I think I pictured the same thing.
You tell Pepper Riley. You said
First of all,
finish his classes.
if he's only 20, his mom is not that old. What do you like? You're making her like 87 years old.
He was oops, baby.
She sounds like she's cold.
He was oops, baby.
I thought Victory was shut down, and what you know?
Oh no.
All of a sudden, baby Nico come along.
Okay.
And let me tell you what a pregnancy that was.
Oh.
You ever have 7 for the baby?
Hey, what? It's Serbia. His mom's probably 33.
Younger than me.
Oh no.
Jeez. What are you doing?
There's nothing wrong. We all sound like this.
She's definitely named Babushka.
Does he have a brother playing on the Serbian team? Because they have 2 Joviches.
Do they?
What?
I think so. Somebody mentioned that earlier.
There's another Jovic.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Christos is right. Like they showed in the YouTube highlights, it was nothing but Bogdanovic. Who's good? Like, don't get me wrong, Bogdanovic is scary. That dude can get on the heater every now and then. But like, I was like, wait,
Stefan Jovic.
Stefan, we don't talk about him.
Hmm.
Black sheep of family.
We don't talk about him.
My parents were in their 60s when I was 20. Yeah, I'll be that. I'll be 60 when my daughter's. Yeah. Well, in contrast, my mom had me when she was 17.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, then she wouldn't sound like Nikola Jovic's mother.
No.
Babushka.
I want to see if I can find her actual voice.
No, is Stefan or Steven?
Wouldn't it be great if if Jovic does come back this year and plays with the Heat? Wouldn't it be great if like Ron Rothstein had to teach him trigonometry?
Oh gosh. Stop the board.
All right, stop the lesson. All right, and Nico, you're not paying attention.
Stefan Jovic, 32. So
It could be his brother.
Could be his father.
Jeez, will you stop?
Okay.
The first LeBron and son.
Oh, look at that.
Bro, what if he wins this tournament?
Untradeable for sure.
He's already there for me. Like I said.
Oh, would you say I've been there all the time?
Huh?
I think you definitely been more.
Yeah, you
patient.
haven't.
Okay.
You haven't. You've been on the Jovic bandwagon, but I've been boots on the ground. You know.
Have you seen this picture?
Of what?
I
can't. It's too
kind of glary.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah. But is that with him with his Player of the Day trophy?
Ooh, there's a trophy.
Yeah, you got a Player of the Game.
It's him behind an iceberg.
Like an orange jersey?
Kind of, but no, I think you actually get hardware.
Wow.
I think you actually get hardware.
You got to give it back like the next guy
I
gets
don't
it.
think so. I think FIBA's got a lot of trophies. dude.
Okay, FIBA. I got to investigate. There's a lot of money going on to these little game trophy after every game.
Player of the game, dude. Player of the game. By the way, Jovic is not taken off of his Twitter account player for the Miami Heat. Just saying.
You're the worst. You're the worst.
Actually, Tyler here actually did something yesterday that was kind of goosies to me.
Really?
It was kind of goosies, but I don't have time to get to it right now. We got to take a break.
Okay.
WQ
Hey, you ain't brown like squirrel. Hey, you ain't Chanel pearls. Hey, you ain't
Welcome
Rolls
back.
Royce car. Hey, you ain't Rolls Royce.
I want to apologize.
Why?
Nikola Jovic's mother does not look like an old lady.
At all.
The
At
opposite,
all.
dude.
Thanks a lot, Dade Sal, for all your research. Really appreciate it.
Very quick with that. Yeah, you had.
Do
her
you have the
sounding like-
picture I sent you, JV? Can we get that up on the screen? Because we were sent a comparison from Dade South on Nikola Jovic's mother, who is not only not an old lady, she also appears to be like 6'2".
Tall for sure. I thought she was wearing heels too. You pointed out that she had.
She's wearing flats.
She's wearing look like Jordans.
Yeah. What do you think she is? Like 6'2", 6'3"?
Well, how do you think she got that? He got that tall. Somebody had to be tall.
You thought it was just Papa? Okay. Wrong you out again, silly man.
And you still continue.
You still continue.
Let's get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Well, is going to address the media in about an hour's time.
We have gone through the first 3 hours of this show.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be happier. Because
And
there
we
are
got a
more
bunch of-
people. There are more people who coming over to identify you as a loose goose floozy.
Only one person did that. Only one person did that. But there you see, it's South.
This is what we got tagged on.
She
You
looks
got
like
tagged.
Tom Brady's ex.
She does. She is
Giselle.
I don't want to be disrespectful to Mrs. Jovic, but listen. Handsome. But anyway, yeah. What do you think she is? You think she's like 6'3"?
Hey,
Yeah, I was trying to look.
He's
like,
6'8",
No, he's like 6'11".
6'11". I would say she's 6 foot, 6'1".
Just tall, dude.
I feel like she's a little taller than that.
I don't know. Whatever it is, she is tall, and she wants to. She wants to have her son finish high school. Wonder if he did.
Nah.
I wonder if they care. That's a great thought when you first get there. Then when them checks come, they got
Wasn't
the
that
same nose. Jeez. That's what you see?
What happened?
He goes, they got the same nose.
Who said that? Wow.
Mackie.
It's usually how DNA works.
Oh. So
Transfers
we can expect little Tadpole to have web feet?
I was looking. I really was. I was looking immediately. Yeah, but
it's like one of the first things they looked for after baby Tadpole was here.
Mm-hmm.
It's very normal.
It's like no go.
It's a giant.
He is very big. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's a giant.
So yeah, Chris Greer's going to talk in about an hour's time. We'll get his breakdown on things. I hope somebody asks him the question just like this. Chris, Brendan Tobin, WQAM. How hard did you laugh when Jim Irsay asked for Jaylen Waddle?
It seems that way. It seems like it got to, you know what I mean?
Like, do you think like Chris Greer had to Waddle, I want him. But do you think like Chris Greer just had to like hit mute on the phone and just like dying laughing? Do you think they do trade talks via Zoom now, or do you think it's still via the phone?
It could be both.
Because I wouldn't want somebody to see me when he asked for Jaylen Waddle. I'd want to be able to be.
It's
to,
pretty
like, put the phone
ridiculous,
down for a
right?
second. It's really ridiculous. It's
what
really
what do you expect? Like,
fair.
We're making it sound like you're negotiating with a reasonable person.
Nope.
And at no point in time, based on what he said during camp, was he ever going to be reasonable? It's pretty amazing that he got to the point where he said, go work out a trade for yourself. Here's what we want. So he was basically saying, I know what we're asking for is ridiculous, but if you ask for it, maybe you got a shot. Right?
Yeah.
He would never Irsay could never call somebody or somebody say, yeah, we'll kick the tires on that. And you say that to somebody yourself, that this is what you want. How many games? Oh, here. Question. Ford is 13. Over under 10 games he plays this year.
I go under, dude.
Yep. Me too. I think we're right now we're gonna see the Kawhi Leonard version of football.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. And I can't blame him. Who could blame him? Why would you want to play for him? You know, it's great. And he's not even making, because like, what is he? He's making like 4 this year, right? Like the other guys, at least they're up to like 12 for this year.
Yep.
So, because his contract isn't up, like those guys got all tagged, right? So he's
Saquon and Josh Jacobs got tagged.
Yeah, so he's still finishing out. So man, what are they going to tag him again next year? Jeez. Maybe this is your version, Jonathan Taylor, because he wasn't like he's still finishing out his deal.
Right.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild. The Pinks, they're back in action tonight. Messi, according to Tata, he is back in the starting line tonight. So is Busquets. So they get going against Nashville SC at 7:30. You, of course, can hear that game on 560 WQAM.
First home game, right?
First official MLS home game.
MLS home game.
Yes, you are correct, Leroy. You could hear that game here on QAM. It's on Apple TV. Did you ever find out from Whittingham if he's on the booth tonight?
No, I know. I don't have his number.
Oh,
I thought I did. It's not it's an old number, I think.
We should sign it together.
Yeah, dude. We didn't think it was that big of a deal because all the other lushes that work for the radio station were there getting liquored up for free, and I was like, I'm not going that path. He goes, me neither. Let's split one.
Shout out to Glenn. See if you can find out if Whittingham's on the call tonight.
Sure.
Hey, Glenn! Marcus has a question. Glenn!
You just fired me.
Oh. Sometimes he's not. He's like literally he's at the desk when he first gets here. Then he goes off to like some 9-hour meeting, always on Zoom.
No, wait. They go. You know what? They go lock themselves in the little cubbies.
I hate that cubby. I would never do a meeting in that cubby.
Yeah,
like
that cubby's also very hot.
Yeah, my problem is the building is empty. Why do you need private space?
Fair point. There's nobody here today.
You can go anywhere.
He treats it like a sauna.
The only person here today is Lupe. That's it.
Yep.
You know,
I'm surprised I haven't seen them do their laps.
Oh,
wait for it.
Where's that? That's probably where he's at. He's doing the Lupe laps.
Doing the Lupe.
Or he's probably having lunch right now.
Lunch.
Glenn!
Yeah, his
Dan
cheese.
said he's on the phone. We're yelling at him.
Oh, he hates us,
man.
Anyway, Myles Gaskin, he was cut yesterday by the Dolphins. He's back with Brian Flores. He's signed with the Minnesota Vikings.
Is he really back with Brian Flores?
Well, the same team.
Yeah,
I think you don't think Flores had a little influence there?
He made that happen.
By the way, did you see yesterday? Former Cane, a lot of former Canes got cut yesterday, but one former Cane made a roster. Lou Hedley.
Oh yeah,
punter.
Wow,
new punter for the New Orleans Saints.
Yep.
Well, he'll be the punter. Think about this. He'll be 47 and he'll have only played 5 years of NFL football.
Pretty much.
He'll be a grandfather. The first grandfather. Let's see what he look like. Let's see. 39. Wow, he looks old, dude. I ain't gonna lie.
30-year-old.
Dude, now he looks like Birdman.
Well, I mean,
what's a scaffold?
Not as handsome, J-Fig?
Not the mullet's throwing me off.
The mullet throws you off. Yeah. What do you think you are, Australian Morgan Wallen?
What is a scaffolder?
You're like working on buildings, right? Like the scaffold.
Yeah.
You know, you're basically like putting a building together.
That's the frame that they stand on to build.
How many years did he play? Did he play 5 years for the Canes or did he play 4? Because you had the pandemic in.
He was there that long?
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was here for 5
years.
He
played football here till they kicked him out.
He played 4 years at Miami, 46 career games.
But hold on. I don't think Miami was his first college.
No. He went to like a junior college in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So this dude could be a doctor in punting?
City College in San Francisco. So you think he has a doctorate?
I don't know.
He should have taken advantage at this point.
It is funny though. Everybody kind of learning about this story. We all knew.
Yeah.
But he's 30. That's good to know officially what his age was.
He's a 30-year-old rookie. So he broke the Chris Winkie record.
Wow.
Chris Winkie was 26 when he won the Heisman.
That's crazy, dude. Wow. Listen, he can boot it. He was,
Yes.
We never had an issue with the punting. That guy was a good punter.
Yeah, because he's a grown ass man playing with kids.
Fair point.
Every other punter's 19, 20, and he pushing 30. He should be better.
I think there was moments where he was our best player.
Stun Steve,
I don't like that.
Stun Steve, I think he's right. He played for 3 different head coaches with the Canes. I think he
right.
played for Rick Diaz and for Cristobal.
And 2 of them, he was the same age.
Was he on the same team as Malik Rozier?
Yeah,
it was
his first year.
Next time we get Malik on, we just want Lou Hedley stories.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't want him if he gonna cuss.
Listen, he was relaxed, baby.
That's the problem. He was so relaxed, it just went.
And he didn't even like go, ooh. Usually they go, oh, I'm sorry.
No idea.
I don't even,
right
honestly, I promise if we were to tell him that he cursed, he would be like, really? Did I? Because he really was locked in.
You know who that happened to me? That happened to me. Frito asked me to come on, and I came on, and I cussed, and it got quiet, but I was still talking, and I was like, oh, we must have got disconnected. And he said, no, you cursed. I'm like, what?
Masvidal tried that move yesterday.
Oh, no, really? Come on, dude.
That was great.
All dropped.
Yeah, I bet it did.
He seems so concerned too.
Yeah.
Oh, the
call dropped an F-bomb. I mean, and you could tell it's coming, right? Like I said, look, he was building up, and he was getting excited about something. And I said, Tobin, you asked for this. Here it came.
Oh, man. We'll take a quick break. Get back with more after this.
WQAM.
Rats off a ship.
Oh, baby. Time to get to our favorite Wednesday game. Delayed a little bit because we had our boy Christos checking in impromptu.
We will
Caught me by
always
surprise.
we will always make room.
Always make room for him. And the Dolphins, of course, in the midst of their final week here of preseason before it's a game week. And those reports brought to us by Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges. Enroll today in one of their over 60 Miami-Dade County Public Schools Technical Colleges affordable training programs and get fast-tracked to a financially rewarding career in 1 to 2 years. Convenient day and evening classes give you the flexibility you need while you learn. Go to careerinayear.com and get there. Hello, Jennifer.
Well, she's been here. So
I've been here, but hello, Tobin.
I'm trying to be welcoming for the segment, dude.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
LFG. No, LGF. Sorry.
Oh, what?
Loose goose floozy.
Dude, that's not fair.
Not fair.
Wow. It's not fair. I'm not a loose goose floozy. Why can't the facts change? Can't the facts change?
Hey, your facts always change. That's what makes you loose.
I don't appreciate that. I don't like
and a
that.
flip flopper. Facts
Not a
change
flip-
all the
I'm not a
time.
flip-flopper. I'm not a flip flopper.
Here, if your facts changing all the time, maybe you ought to wait for better facts. Ever thought of that?
Give it a little bit of time.
I do a 4-hour show every day, buddy. Not every
I do
day.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not a
you're,
flip flopper.
listen, you live in Wait Back and See. That's where you live. Like if you were the mayor of a ville, it would be Wait Back and Seeville.
Okay.
and you would be knee jerk reactionville.
All right.
Tobin's
JP, what do we got?
Tobin's Goosey's work at the Bunny Ranch.
What do we got, J Fig, for Rats Off a Ship?
Okay, I'm going to put on a little graphic to welcome it again. Number 1, Liam Eichenberg becoming a center. We have some sound here from Mike McDaniel.
I couldn't believe Mike McDaniel. He was talking about Liam Eichenberg, and I'm just like, why we're fitting a square peg into a round hole? With
Are
this.
we? They know more than us.
Just
They know
keep
more than
moving
us.
down the line, dude. Just keep
They know-
moving them down the line.
They keep dragging it along. Earlier in the year, he was saying he's coming along this year. He's
Right.
coming along this
Oh,
year.
I love the way that he's practicing. All right.
so,
Then why are you
dude.
making him move to a new position? And I tell you what, maybe he could snap better than this Connor Williams. Because Connor Williams is out here. Oh, I want more money. Snaps it over to his head.
The literal worst holdout in the history of holdouts.
Seriously, dude. Do you have Mike McDaniel on this Liam Eichenberg? And he said Lester Cotton, too, who had a nice camp. Everybody's a little high on Lester Cotton.
Who the hell was that?
He's he's been moving around. He's been people have been impressed with him and what he's doing. But Eichenberg, I'm just like skeptical immediately, dude. Skeptical immediately. So you could guess where my rats are with this whole deal with Liam Eichenberg. Rats off a ship, dude.
Jeez.
Rats off a ship.
Rats off a ship.
You right?
I'm not rats off a ship simply because it's 5 guys working together. Liam Eichenberg doesn't have to be a star. He just has to fit in.
Liam Eichenberg should be working at a 5 Guys Burgers and Fries.
Wow. You'd be a frequent visitor.
Bet you that I would. Who doesn't love? I mean, they do get a little crazy with the fries in the bag, though.
Really? You complain?
You know what?
Okay.
That does bother me too.
Put it in the case, dude. Just put it in
That's
the
so
case.
you could eat some on the way home.
I don't know.
What? Okay, so you sound like
Who?
Perk.
What?
I don't like the Spadas. They put too much meat on their
Don't be-
sandwich.
that's not in the same category. It's
That's
not-
not
it
the
is.
same.
A restaurant giving you too much food? Huh?
It's like they just.
We're complaining about how much everything costs, and you're complaining about
Listen,
too
they
much.
cost enough. Those
Got 'em
burger
started.
joints, they cost enough, dude.
So why not get a little extra something? I'm not rats off a ship at all.
Do you have McCoach on this? Maybe this will sway you and J-Fig.
I will in 3, 2, 1.
So there's that was another situation. We had a couple that kind of came to us, and I think me from a human being standpoint, and in this situation as well, knowing Chris Morgan, the offensive line coach, I kind of knew that it was an opportunity that would be good for him and good for us with the return compensation. And in terms of the backup center, there's you guys always sit here and tell me, what's the big deal about OTAs, right? Huh? Do you remember there was a center every play, the first guys up to be working on that and who've been training since OTAs and got invaluable reps throughout will be Liam Eichenberg and Lester Cotton. So we have a good core of players in the interior, and adversity is an opportunity. So remember that next OTAs.
I mean, J-Fig, where are your rats with Liam Eichenberg at center?
What?
Exactly.
Rats off a ship.
Marcos?
I'm not rats off a ship because at least he's going to be useful, potentially, because that way Connor Williams is snapping. Oof.
Oh, man. Dangerous. What's number 2, J-Fig?
Jaylen Waddle, topping 1,356 yards and 8 touchdowns. He says he's ready for week 1.
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about Jaylen Waddle being ready for week 1 because I miss him. I miss seeing Jaylen Waddle play football.
Well,
could he exceed his numbers next year, Leroy? Could he top 300? What the hell were the numbers?
1,300, 8 touchdowns.
56.
Yeah.
So could he top
here's what I would say
1,356 and 8 touchdowns next year, Leroy?
Yes. And here's why. Because if Tua is healthy, then there's more for everyone, right? So Tyreek can be closer to his numbers, and Jaylen can get to the numbers that he wants. Now, this is all health permitting. So I'm not rats off a ship on that.
I'm not rats off a ship on it either. In fact, I think that he's going to outproduce Tyreek Hill this year.
You have been saying that.
I think he's going to outproduce Tyreek Hill. I think we finished the year. I think Jaylen Waddle's got more yards than Tyreek Hill.
Wow.
And I think they flipped. I think that he's going to be at the 1,800 mark, something like that. And Tyreek Hill's going to be like 1,300.
I'd like to place a small wager on that.
Ooh. All right. Let's think of a wager then.
There is no way in hell. Unless now
Loser has to dress like a penguin.
Bets off. Wait. But here's the deal. Bets off with injury.
Of course.
Oh.
Okay.
You can only miss, well, how many games? What are we in? 2 games?
4.
What's the minimum amount of games they both have to play?
15.
Okay, so they both have 15 games. Loser dresses like a penguin for the show?
Yep.
All right, I'm taking Jaylen Waddle outproducing in yards Tyreek Hill this year.
Wow.
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't think they're making 15 games.
Save it, Marcos.
Heard.
Save it.
Saving it.
Jaylen Waddle's
Don't worry.
Does he have to go? Wait, does he have to go somewhere with this penguin suit?
Do the show in a penguin suit. What I gotta go? You're adding on stipulations. I just made my bet. You know, as a judge, you're very non-impartial. You like to add to the punishments. I noticed this.
Why are you lashing out on me?
Why
I'm
are you
only
bringing up
referring to when you dressed up like a dragon and you went to the arena.
Well, that was specifically for
when he wore his elf suit,
kangaroo one,
Prime
right?
112.
Oh, yep. You
Yeah,
learn a lot of stuff.
Guess what? Leroy's gonna be a penguin for this one. So.
No, do you realize you lose all these bets, dude?
I'm not gonna lose this bet. I'm not losing this bet. Jaylen Waddle's gonna outproduce Tyreek Hill this year.
Okay.
More yards. Book it.
I don't know how I feel about these future bets. Like, I won't be able to figure this out.
Don't worry. We ain't gonna let you forget.
Save it.
Heard.
Anyway, not rats off a ship. J-Fig, are you rats off a ship?
I'm not rats off a ship. No.
Marcos?
Not rats off a ship. He'll definitely top that.
Really?
Yeah.
What's number 3, Jennifer?
The Marlins.
Oh, okay.
Marlins lost 11-2 last night, in case anybody's keeping score. 11-2 to the Tampa Bay Rays.
Sandy had a bad inning.
Had a bad inning again. That's kind of been his calling card this year.
Yeah.
Good. And then they're back to 500.
Blah.
So we could stop talking about them being 14 games over 500 at one point. They're back to 500. They blew it.
You know how hard that is to do?
Very.
Yep. No, I'm aware. I've seen it all in front of us.
And you know what, though? I'm not mad at the front office.
Why?
Because the people that they brought in at the trade deadline, I feel like they've been doing well.
Not Robertson. Dude's a bum.
Oh, my God. That guy sucks.
Meatball McGee.
Yeah. He's not good.
Walks in there, and AJ Puck's like, you want to make it a meatball?
Oh, okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, rats off a ship on the fish.
Oh, no.
Rats off a ship.
Leroy?
I'm rats off a ship. I don't want to be, but
Rats off a ship.
The play speaks for itself.
Speaks for itself, my man. Speaks for itself. Right, Jennifer?
Look, it speaks for itself, but I'm not rats off a ship.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're a real one.
Some guts.
You're a real one. She's a real one. She's
That's
gonna be sad
impressive.
at the end, but she's a real one.
Yep.
Marcos?
I'm gonna go with J Fig on this one. I'm gonna let her take lead.
Liar!
Okay.
You don't believe that?
I don't really. I don't. But can't let J Fig be there alone, man. Somebody's gotta have
Well, I
guts.
appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh man.
He called me a liar.
And he almost dropped his camera from how aggressive he took that.
Imagine the courtroom. I object.
What's the final topic, J Fig? Ooh, is there news?
Is there?
No.
Is there baby McCochin?
No, but there is baby Tyler Herro.
Oh.
But
What
you
about
can
him?
forget about that. That's not number 4.
Oh, okay.
So let's not stray away from it.
Sure.
Messi getting shut out tonight.
What?
Rats off a ship. The dude scores
What are you talking
every
about?
game, basically. And the ones that he doesn't score, and he
rats
has
off a
the
ship.
best assist you've ever seen in your life. So
Yep.
he's not getting shut out tonight. And
And
he's
he's
gonna,
starting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So he's got the full allotted time to score. He's definitely scoring tonight. No, I'm rats off a ship on Messi getting shut out. Leroy?
I'm rats off a ship also. Dude's awesome.
Rats off a ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Jennifer?
think we all know that's rats off a ship.
The Prinks!
Rats off a ship.
Marcos, what do you think?
Clean sweep.
Rats off a
Liar!
ship.
You told me earlier he's not scoring.
Oh, I didn't
You're a
say
liar,
that.
dude.
Why are you lying?
Really, Marcos? Did you not
No.
flip flop? Because you didn't want to get caught up being the only guy.
I'm calling Tobin a liar because he's trying to have him flip flop.
Yeah.
For his flip floppery.
You're trying to influence
You know
me.
what you are? A flip flopping protege.
I'm not a
And I have
flip-flop.
Marcos's back.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we get Mike Diamante.
Flip flopping protege.
When we get Mike Diamante as a professional, say loose goose floozy.
Gotta write it down.
All right, we'll take a quick break. Final segment of the show coming on up.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. You guys want to win a photo op and an autograph from Panther star Matthew Tkachuk on Sunday, September 10th at Hollywood Collectibles on Sterling Road in Dania. You guys can enter the contest by texting the word autograph to 20357. That's autograph to 20357. Your name is in the rink. If you don't win and you want to go to the event, get more info at hollywoodcollectibles.com. It's a text contest, so message and data rates may apply. I just saw, speaking of that, that's the same day as Dolphins week 1. Dolphins and Chargers. Jaylen Waddle did say yesterday that he will be good to go for that game, so that's good news. But I just saw they just had him on Cowherd show, that dopey Justin Herbert. I can't. He's got that stupid hair pulled back. It's very unbecoming and looks like I blew a 27-0 lead in the playoffs. So, I'm looking forward. This is the rubber match so far. Tua's got to win. Herbert's got to win. Let's go. This decides who's the better quarterback forever.
Wow, this game.
That's what a trilogy does, dude. That's what a trilogy does.
Tua wouldn't give up a 28-point lead.
No way, dude.
Ooh.
No way.
In fact, he came back from 28 down.
Yep. Oh, best game ever.
That was really good.
You think we'll get a game better than that this year, though? I don't think so.
I don't think so, man.
But
here's the
that
deal.
was a moment.
Whew. Isn't that why you watch sports?
Yeah.
For moments like that, you don't know when they're coming.
Yeah.
True.
It was.
That's why this year, I heard you going over the schedule with Omar Kelly, and the Baltimore game came up. Lamar Jackson had a great game.
Oh my God! Yeah,
he had a great game.
Yeah, it was.
So I don't anticipate unless Odell Beckham does something crazy. I'm not scared of the Ravens just because of that game.
That game is that's like one of their last games of the season, isn't it? The Dolphins.
Yeah, I think
it'll be up for playoff positioning, hopefully.
Yeah, during their home stretch.
New Year's Eve in Baltimore, week 17, and then they finish the season hosting the Bills. Hopefully, it'll be a reasonable temperature so the Bills don't whine.
It's gonna be freezing cold.
No, it's in Miami. That last game,
freezing cold.
You think it's gonna be freezing cold?
You ain't gonna get a heat wave in January, dude.
I don't know. Well, we'll see because the Bills. I mean, they'll whine about it if it's like
it's
about.
It's not the heat; it's the humidity. There won't be any humidity then.
Dude, I wouldn't put anything past our state right now with the way the environment's been.
Yeah, really. Just ask that category 1 storm that was a 4 in 2 minutes.
It's been August hot since like April.
May.
Yeah.
April, May, yeah.
It's been soupy.
In fact, now it feels cooler and it's still 90.
Yeah, I know.
And that's because it's been damn near 100.
Justin Herbert, idiot. Don't get me started on him, dude.
The thing is, it doesn't take much for you to get started on him.
That's not true.
I've never heard him talk or say anything.
I just saw him. He had a microphone, and I was not about it, dude.
You didn't even know what he was saying.
I don't know what he was saying. He probably saying nothing because he's just like, oh, I'm Justin Herbert. I have cool hair and I throw it far.
I don't think he said.
I think that's what he said.
I don't think he doesn't
that's what he
seem
said.
like the kind of
guy. I wish I could have cool hair and throw it far because he just got a boatload.
Yeah, he did. Wait till Tua gets more than him. Ooh. Wait till that happens, dude. Wait till that happens.
You're more invested in this beef than
I don't hose down players. That's what you said yesterday.
Well, my players.
Meanwhile, dude, can I just tell you? Do you have Alzheimer's?
What?
Could you forget what you say from day to day?
Yeah, but I was referring
You
to
literally said less than 24 hours ago, I don't hose down players.
What was I saying?
No, he remembers. He just prays that you don't remember.
No. I was saying that in regards to. Oh no, because I was saying that in regard. First of all, I don't hose down my own players. I mean, rival.
Oh no, that's not what you said.
that's what I meant. Everybody knew what I meant. I mean, you like to see.
Oh my goodness.
But like I meant as my own player, and that's like because Connor Williams, he was like, yeah, I want more money. It's like snap the ball right.
That's true, though. Come on, we got one job. Dude.
Snap the ball correctly. Please. That's what I was referring it to. But we can all agree, Justin Herbert, it's just enough of him already. I'm sick of him.
I don't know if we can all agree that. Like, I don't necessarily have a problem with Justin Herbert.
Why?
Tua's better for sure.
Wait. Can I just say this? If the Dolphins would have drafted Herbert, and Tua was in LA.
Yeah.
Right? You'll be saying the same thing about Tua. Enough with Tua. I'm tired of hearing about Tua. Tua every day.
Congratulations. What do you won a gold star, Peter Pan? Yeah, obviously. Welcome to sports.
No, that's your sports. That's not sports.
Everybody's sports. It's
No,
everybody's
it's not.
Oh, come on, dude.
Wait, stop. Wait. Hold on. Hold the bleep up.
Yeah.
Stop making it sound like your sports world is like everybody else's.
Mine is more close to everybody else's than yours is. That's for sure.
That's like saying this turtle's faster than the other turtle.
Is it? No,
Yes.
you think that, I should just appreciate greatness and let's just have marshmallows and s'mores and pudding pie and
I don't like
all that
s'mores.
stuff.
I would
Whatever,
never
dude.
say that.
In your sports land, that's what everybody's doing is having
Really?
pudding. Yep.
You know, in my sports world of keeping it real,
You don't keep it real.
I don't keep it real.
You don't keep it real.
When was the last time I've been unreasonable and like you?
I mean, you hosed down Eli Apple. He won the starting job.
Okay.
Dude, why did I hose him down? He
hasn't backed down from that.
He started it. He trashed my city.
Seems like a solid guy to me.
He trashed my city. That's
Seems
where
like a solid
this
guy to me.
started.
All he's done is put his nose to the grindstone. You know,
I didn't know Eli Apple from Granny Smith before that.
Eli Apple, wins the job. Did Leroy give him a little props? No, you said that he was going to be off the team, and until then, you're going to be. Guess what? Guess you're eating a lot of apples.
Yeah, an apple every day. Wait, he's not starting because he won the job. He started because somebody's hurt.
Whatever. Starting.
Okay, great. There you go.
It's house is that Tobin puts his nose to the Cold Stone. Oh, I love Cold Stone.
Love Cold Stone. Love that.
Mix it all together.
Dude, you don't think that do you ever get sometimes I go to Cold Stone and it's too
heavy?
No, too frozen. Like they have a hard time getting it out of the thing because it's too cold. Right?
I've seen that before, but usually after the dice up, they're good.
Oh, the dice up.
When you get to go through the thing.
Yep.
And by the way, I don't need celebratory song when I tip.
They don't do that anymore.
Thank God.
It makes me not want to tip.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure
Wait, what are you talking about? What song?
They don't do tip tip hooray. They don't do anything. At least
Why do they do that?
If you threw like $1 into the jar or whatever, they go tip tip hooray. And they had like a song and dance that they would do. But it was very demeaning.
Wait, first of all, J Fig, clearly you're exposing yourself as a non-tipper.
What do you mean? I don't go to Cold Stone. That's why I don't know.
They don't have Cold Stone in Kendall?
They definitely
do, but I don't really attend.
I mean, I don't go a lot. I'm not a big fan of ice cream, but when I go, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like Cold Stone's a little too heavy for me.
Anytime you would throw in a couple bucks, da 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 da, tip tip, da 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 da, tip tip, da 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 da, tip. That's the Cold Stone experience.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I also don't like the people that yell at me when I walk through the door. Welcome to Moe's. All right, dude.
All right. You got the second fiddle to Chipotle.
I know where I'm at, bro.
Thank you. I was aware.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Leroy.
Yes.
You think Chris Greer is going to say anything that puts you at ease about Christian Wilkins in about 10 minutes?
Nope. He didn't already screwed the pooch. Is that how the saying goes?
That is how they say it.
Yeah,
that's
all right.
how they say it.
I don't know if I like
I mean, there's certain guys that you take care of in your organization, even if it's a bit much. There's certain guys in your organization that take a pay cut because they are organization lifers, right? Christian Wilkins hasn't gotten to that point yet. This is his first contract after he got drafted. Now, you could give him the deal and then come back 2 years later and say, hey, we want to sign this guy, rework it. I'm a Dolphins lifer. I got you. But you already appreciate what he's done, and you have already gave him what he asked for or somewhere around what he asked for, so he's willing to do that. Every single person that they have paid money to, substantial money to, they have gone to and asked to rework their deal, including Tyreek Hill, and they said, no problem, I like where I am. So why won't they do that for the guy who is probably higher on that list than those other two guys because he's homegrown?
Oh, Pooch Screwer. We'll see what he had to say. Coming on up.
Really don't.
What?
Just no one's ever used it. No one's ever used it.
No, nobody calls him a pooch screwer, though.
Hey, time to on the show. I gotta go. Listen. Alrighty. Hey, we got your chance to win a photo op and an autograph from Panthers star Matthew Tkachuk on Saturday, September 10th. Oh, good. The squeaky chair is back.
I'm like, wow.
Leroy, you don't understand, dude. Your chair, you sound like you're on a rickety boat.
You gotta oil that chair.
Loose goose floozy.
I'm gonna go with J Fig on this one. I'm gonna let her take lead.
Why?
Okay.
You don't believe that?
What's up with your boy?
Been a scramble and a gamble. Okay.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.